This one, here we go, we're live. And how are we all doing, friends? Welcome to today's stream. Little bit of a nightmare, bit late to the stream. For some reason my Go XL is just playing complete bonkers, so I can't get any music feeding through, so a bit of an issue there this morning. But we are here for Safari Week, kicking off a little bit later than I would have liked, but we are here. We are in Hard Gold, Soul Silver. Going to be doing 2 carts at once. We've got some different targets that we're going for on this side of the screen, which is this one. Going for the Photograph, the Smeagol, and the Manetric. And then on this side, we have got the Larvitar, one of my favorites, for that shiny Tyranitar, and the Meditite as well. So hopefully we can see some success today. It'd be nice if we can get some shinies to kick us off in good style, but we'll see. Maybe I've got these the wrong way around. Maybe I have, because we've got a Manetric appearing straight away, but I don't think I have. Brian, good morning. Veda, how are you doing? I hope you're well. Has anyone else been doing Safari Week so far? I hope if you have, you've had a lot of luck. If not, I hope you've been having some success. I feel like I've got these the wrong way around, so I need to, okay, switch the screens, because this needs to be, okay, bear with me, chat. This needs to be over here. And this, oh my god, what a mess I'm making of this. Chat, live switching of screens. Let's not mess with the overlay too much. Let's get this lined up. Oh man, I feel like I had everything all sorted coming into this, and now it's like all over the place. My sound, it's all throwing me off this morning. Lee, Safari Week, yes. Never Melt Ice, how are you doing, mate? I hope you are well and having a good day. We will get there eventually, and I do apologize. For some reason, I cannot get the music playing through today, so we've not got any music playing at all in today's stream, which is not ideal. So hopefully we can get that sorted for tomorrow's stream. I don't know why I'm having so many issues with the Go XLR has just done an update recently, and I haven't been into it because I've not been around to stream or anything like that. So I think that is one of the issues with it. So we'll see, we'll get there anyway. Imagine getting a shiny Lickitung and there's a Smeagol. Okay, so this is the right way around, I guess. Okay, we'll get there, we'll get there, we'll get there. What a way to start the stream. My god, so professional. The professional outfit begins. I feel like that's all lined up. Okay, right, and that is the count. There we go. Mr. Holbrookie with the 3 months membership. Thank you so much. As always, mate, every time I have to thank you for the support. Hope you are doing well and having a good start to your Tuesday. All good. I got invited to Stafford Worlds. That is amazing. Great to hear, my friend. Awesome, awesome. You're going to have an absolute blast out there going to Hawaii. Absolutely amazing, mate. I cannot wait for you and to hear all the stories from when you get back and when you're out there and stuff like that. But you definitely deserve it, mate. It's been a long time overdue, so really great to hear. And again, thank you so much for the support. James, good morning to you. Are you taking a pause from the other hunts for Safari Week? Yes, just this week we'll dive into Safari Week. It only runs up till Friday because it's Friday to Friday, so we'll take a break from the other ones this week. It might be nice as well, although I'm kind of itching at the bit to get back in with the Deoxys hunt in particular, especially that Heracross as well. So we'll be back with those next week, which will be fun. But yeah, for this week we're gonna delve into Safari Week and hopefully get some shinies. We've got a little bit of time today, so we'll hopefully make a good start on things. But yeah, stream issues, technical issues to kick off the day. Who would have thought it? So I do apologize about the lack of music today. Hopefully I can keep the stream going with just the chat, and you guys do a good job of that. Marcus, good morning to you, mate. And Frank, how are you doing? I hope you're well. Never Melt Ice, I haven't said good morning. Carrie as well, how are you doing? I hope you're all doing great, and thank you so much as well, friends, for joining the stream today, joining me on the Safari Week. If you are doing Safari Week yourselves, let me know what your targets are, what you've been hunting, how, if you've had any luck, if you've had any shinies yet. It is a hard place to get any shinies, of course. Even if you do get them, they can run away, which is always the fun of it all. But what's everyone been up to? Abhay, how are we doing today? How are you? I hope you're well. And Brian, I wish they would add different color Smeagol like how Minia or Alcrane may have. That's a great idea. I've never even thought of that, but that would be amazing. Yeah, and it would make sense as well with like the paintbrush. So different colored paints and things like that, depending on the area and things like that. That would be very cool. I do love a shiny Smeagol. It would be a nice one for us to nab today. The thing about doing in Hot Gold Soul Silver, I was going to do it on my leaf green and my emerald as well, but for some reason I would have to use the GB operator as like my fourth console, but anytime I plugged that in I had like mad like performance issues, like would just really affect the 3DSs, so the lag was just unbearable. So I thought, I mean, it wasn't terrible, but for me it wasn't smooth, so I was like, I'm not going to do it. So, and then having 3 screens on an overlay, I just couldn't figure out a good way to kind of get everything balanced so it looked good, whereas 2 it looks like it's a lot more aesthetically pleasing, I guess, to view. So that's the reason we've only got the hard gold copy. So we've got 2, and over my time when I was watching England last week over in Frankfurt, I took the time to play through these games, and that is what we're playing on. So I haven't got as far as progressing to getting some of the rarer finds that I would have liked to in these games, but at least we can get the Larvitar, at least we can get some of the other things that are quite fun, that we could maybe port up to Scarlet and Violet and use in competitive, especially that Fergarath, well, the Girafarig, I should say, the Smeagol as well, and Manectric is going to be a mega as well when ZA comes out. So along with the Tyranitar, had to go for these ones. And the Meditite, you don't need any days as well to activate it with like the blocks and things like that. The Safari Zone in Hot Gold Soul Silver is very infuriating. They didn't make it easy to unlock any of the rarer spawns that you can get in these games, but we'll go with these for now. It is very exciting. I'm looking forward to hopefully getting some luck today. It'd be nice to get that first day luck, but we'll have to wait and see. Imagine if we get a shiny today. It'd be awesome. Way to kick off. Professor Oak, how are you doing, mate? Good to see you. And Sir Cross, how are you doing, mate? Good to see you as well. I hope you're having a great Tuesday. That England game was a tough watch, mate. It was brutal, wasn't it? The occasion was great. Like going over with Costa, Barish, Marcus. It was just an amazing trip overall, and being in the stadium. And like, huge credit to the Denmark fans. They were amazing throughout the entire game. They were like absolutely so good to watch and just be a part of in the stadium. Very friendly as well. So the trip on a whole was brilliant, but England let the whole thing down. They were turgid. They were so bad, like horribly bad. So they're playing again tonight. Final game of the group stages. Hopefully they can do a little bit better, but it's typical, isn't it? You go over to see them live and it's like one of the worst performances ever. The team just looked, I don't even know where to start. It was from top to bottom just super bad, but it was enjoyable nonetheless. And then Legoland as well on the weekend, so that was a lot of fun. And yeah, it's been all go. Doing good. No, I'm hunting Mesprite again. I failed it the other day at 494. Now I'm at 1,691 carry. I'm so sorry to hear that you failed it. I feel your pain, but I hope you can reclaim it very soon. Really do. Playing on DS. Yes, we've got 2 DS systems all set up down here. So juggling things. They're not too bad because we're doing the same thing on both of them. So it's kind of, it's all right. Cannot get over that Jack Grealish streaming for going, oh my god, I need to show you a picture. So when we were at the game, Marcus did this Photoshop of there's a picture of us. So this is the photo of us at the game. You can, I don't know if I can get that in so it's not like reflecting. So that's us at the game there. You're not probably going to be able to see this. I should have brought it up on the screen, but then Marcus did a Photoshop image of actually Jack Grealish. I don't know if you can make it out, but it was like the guys were absolutely in hysterics. I was as well. It was quite funny, but yes, yeah. I've had lots of comments about the hairband, but Marcus was very nice. He said it suited me, so he liked it. So it was nice. It was nice, but yeah, I am conscious about it. Very self-conscious about it, but it's the only way I can manage at the moment with it, and I just don't suit hats, so it's the easier option out of the two. Get in the grass. Congratulations, Brian, and good luck. Brian, dude, I haven't been able to stream in a while. First kiddo was born at the end of May. Good luck with your safari week. I'm lightly hunting in leaf green safari zone between baby naps. Mate, first off, huge congratulations. That is absolutely amazing news. I am very, very happy for you. I hope you're able to get some rest in between everything, and I hope it's not too taxing. I can totally relate. So just make sure you're taking care of yourself, your partner, and of course baby as well. But I hope you're all doing well, and that is awesome, mate. And yeah, just take as much time in between things as you can just to take care of yourself. Rest and recovery is all you're going to need at the minute. But very exciting, mate, and it's awesome to have you joining us here for the start of Safari Week this week. But yeah, I can imagine that the tiredness is really kicking in, mate. It's a struggle. It's a struggle. I think I'll use Azumarill Sap Sipper, Jarrett. Is this for the Sceptile raid? Yeah, I think that one's going to be a very consistent. It might. The only concern is there's a huge difference in power between Huge Power and Sap Sipper, even after the belly drum. So it might be quite a slow burn with the Azumarill, but I feel like it is going to be a very good option going into that raid. It's exciting that we're getting all of these back-to-back raids at the minute, though. It's nice to have a bit more movement with Scarlet and Violet. So we've got 5 starter Pokemon left after this Sceptile raid, so we still haven't had a Dark Terra type, so where that will kind of fit in, I don't know. Are they going to do for Alligator? I guess they could do for Alligator. Maybe Incineroar is the one that they're going to give the dark typing to. But it's, yeah, hopefully they continue to just keep doing them week after week with these new 7-star Terra raids. It'd be good to see them continue with those for sure. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see what comes out on top for the Sceptile. I think it'll be quite tricky. I think the raid shield, the shield for Sceptile is going to go up early on in this one. I really do. I think it's going to go up very early because it's quite a frail Pokemon, so that'll take a little bit of breaking through, which might make something like the Acid Spray Pheasantipity a really good option, because you're going to be able to break through that shield with the defenses quite early on. So we'll see what happens, but we're speeding through these resets with 2. We've got an Illuminate Pokemon in both of them, and we've got the White Flute that we've been able to acquire, so it should increase the encounter rate quite quickly. And the nice thing about the Heart Gold Soul Silver Safari Zone is you don't run out of steps. You only run out when you run out of balls, so it only ends when you run out of Pokeballs. So it's a pretty nice one, so we're not going to be disrupted too much through the hunt. Finally was able to continue my gold playthrough after getting the shiny Ho-Oh. I'm enjoying now blasting Sacred Fire on those poor Kanto trainers. That's amazing. Congrats on this shiny Ho-Oh. In both of these games I got to the Ho-Oh because you have to kind of do it to progress, right? And I was like, I really want to shiny hunt the Ho-Oh, but I just didn't have the time to do it to get to this point for the Safari Zone for these streams this week. So it was a little bit sad that I had to kind of put that one on the back burner. But I guess in hindsight as well, looking forward to the Soul Silver Shiny Onion Nuzlocke playthrough, where we are going to be able to shiny hunt Lugia, and then we can shiny hunt the Ho-Oh as well. So that's kind of nice as well. Never mind, Ice. I want to do an Indigo Plateau Lego set design. Mate, that sounds amazing. But there are so many official canon interceptions. None are indigo colored. Named it indigo due to it being a color, Kanto and Flower Johto. Yeah. Oh, mate, that sounds amazing. If you can put that together, that'd be incredible. Legoland was crazy. It was awesome. It was very, very cool. Some good rides there as well. So I had a lot of fun. Tiring weekend, though. Absolutely blown me out. But pleased to be finally back streaming. I wanted to yesterday, but wasn't able to hop on, unfortunately, until today. Jevin, good morning to you, mate. Just wanted to say thanks for getting me into shiny hunting. Recently got a shiny Mewtwo. Wow, and BDSP as well. What? And a shiny Mew and Emerald. You got the shiny Mew and Emerald. Just transferred them up to Violet yesterday, mate. Congratulations on both of those. Absolute banger shinies. I'm currently doing the Emerald Mew myself, so yeah, mate, that moment when it popped up must have been amazing. But thanks so much for coming by the stream, the kind words as well, and I hope you have a lot of success with your future shiny hunts Will you be doing Safari Week? Any hunting in the Safari zones this week in any of the respected games? If you are, good luck with those as well. Jared, Dragon Terror type Sceptile is just as perfect as Dragon Terror type Charizard. Yeah, it fits it pretty nicely, doesn't it? Especially matching that Mega Evolution. I wonder if there is some link there between the Mightiest Mark Pokemon and Mega Evolution that we'll see returning in ZA. Maybe, maybe not though. Tin Hat theory time for me at least. You can see for Alligator with the Dark Terror type in Brian. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking as well, because it's got Crunch. It's got, I don't know if it's got any other Dark type attacks. It must do. Without looking, I don't know though. But feels like it could be that dark type, couldn't it? Be kind of nice as well. I'm looking forward to the Feraligatr. I think out of the remaining ones left, I think Feraligatr and Infernape are the ones that I'm looking forward to most. So hopefully we can get those very soon. It'd be nice if we can. I'm hoping we get some good luck with these shiny hunts today as well. Thanks so much, Lee. Definitely learned I didn't know how tired I could be. Yeah, that's it, mate. You kind of think you know what tired is, but then when you have a child, you realize what actual tiredness actually is. I love your new jacket. How are you doing, my friend? I hope you are well. Thanks for hopping in and joining the stream today. And Valerian, you haven't seen my weird mon ideas for this raid 1-2. No, of course I do. Of course I know. Like, of course I want to know. Spill the beans. I want to know all. Yes. See where the style points are headed this week. Definitely your direction, I feel. But yeah, I'm excited for the Sceptile one. It'll be good. And the ever so closer we get to having the starter Pokemon, the Mightiest Mark starter Pokemon complete, like the set complete at least, it feels like we could be getting closer, eking a little bit closer to maybe some other different Mightiest Mark Pokemon maybe appearing, or just raid events in general that we could maybe get outside of just the starter Pokemon, because they are fun. But at the end of the day, I think everyone's kind of like, we want the legendaries, we want mythicals and things like that, which is understandable, right? At this point where it's like there are Pokemon that are available to be transferred in, but we can't get them yet. So give us those, please. James, did you get a run in this morning? My gym moved locations this past weekend. Wasn't open today, but I didn't find out till I woke up, so I'm just sipping coffee. Mate, that is so annoying. I'm sorry to hear that, mate. Be nice if they dropped you just a message just to let you know. I haven't this morning. I've been busy trying to set up stuff for the stream. It didn't go as well as I would have liked it to, hence no music and stuff like that. The update for Go XLR, I should just deny them updating it, but no, I haven't went this morning, mate. I've been tending to go in the afternoons, so the last couple of days I've done 2 6K runs, just trying to build my stamina up to the point where I can just do those consistent 10K runs, and it's not going to take me like an hour to do them, you know. So I hate to admit this, but I'm not going to have any shame at this point. I'm just building up. So 6K at the minute, taking me about 40 minutes. I can't believe it. I used to do like 10K in that, like, so, but I'm just pleased I'm doing it. I'm putting in the minutes and I'm building it up slowly. So the last 2 days I've been doing it. I'll do it again today, tomorrow. I'm going to try and do about 6 of those a week at the minute. So I'll have one like rest day, which I feel is manageable at the moment. So depending on what I've got on. Of course, it's Glastonbury Festival this weekend for us down in this part of the world in the UK, so we got that going on this weekend, so we'll be heading to that probably Thursday, Friday, which would be a lot of fun. See Avril Lavigne on the Sunday, which would be a lot of fun. I've never seen Avril Lavigne, always wanted to when I was younger, so yeah, that'll be an interesting one. But yeah, I'm starting to get really back into it, which is nice. Get mad shin splints though. I feel like I need to change my running shoes, because got these like Nike Pegasus, but I don't feel like they got any like real support around the heel. And I don't know whether that's causing me like the shin splints or not, but we'll see as I go forward. But trying to, my friend, trying to. Right, what have we got now? I have Klefki is going to be the Solomon. One of the others is going to be Secret until after the raid. Klefki I did look at as well. I think Klefki could be a good option against it for sure. It's got nice resistances to everything that the Sceptile's probably going to throw out. And the likelihood of it having Earthquake is like, I mean, I think it's more likely to have something like Throat Chop than Earthquake. But this is where we'll get to the raid. And like, I was thinking this when I was doing the preview video. I was so hung up on the idea of having Screech and Break and Swipe, these moves that lower our stats, that, you know, it's probably not going to have either of those, but you never know. I do feel like Screech Swords Dance would be a good combination for it to have, to make it a little bit more difficult to deal with. But we'll have to wait and see when it goes live. Can't wait for the Sceptile raid. Hey, it's Dom. Me too, my friend. It's going to be a good one. It is. I'm excited. That set now, the Horn set, will be complete after this weekend, which is awesome. So be interesting to see what Pokemon comes out on top. What do you do with the shinies caught in past games? Will you send them to Scarlet and Violet? The ones from this Safari week, I will be sending up to Scarlet and Violet, yeah. This is why I've kind of selected the ones I have, because they're easy obtainable at the moment, at the stage I am with Heart Gold. But also, they're all going to be like Pokemon I can use competitively as well. So that was one of the reasons why I was kind of picking them. So I can use like Girafarig. I'll be able to evolve into Farigiraf, use that in competitive teams. Smeagol's always going to be there for uses as well. Tyranitar, of course, is always going to be good. One of my favorites as well. So I feel like I have to do that one. 6k, 40 minutes, currently injured. Professor Oak is disappointed. I'm sorry, mate. I need to improve on it. I know I do. Like, in myself, I do. I know I do. But I'm like, it's hard going for 40 minutes from like doing barely nothing for like the last 2 months. Yeah. And I mean, I used to, like, it's depressing because like I used to do like 5k in like 20 minutes, you know? So it's, when you're thinking about that, it's like 1 extra k it's taken, like, yeah, it's not the best. It's not the best, but I'm looking to improve it. I'm all signed up for a half marathon next year in London for charity. So I've got to start. Like, I've got that to work towards, which I think is nice, having something to like work towards where I can be like, yeah, this is kind of cool. So I've got something in the back of my mind. It's not just for my general fitness and things like that. I have to do it, because if I don't, I'm going to struggle in this half marathon. There's like, the last thing I want to do is rock up to this half marathon, have a bad time, or not be able to do it, or struggle or walk. Like, that's like the last thing I want to do. So pretty determined to start making a bit progress with it all, but it is going to be baby steps at the start. I know it will be. Well, Barnsley, looking forward to seeing most at Glastonbury. Brian, there's not many. The lineup's not that great this year, to be honest. Like, I don't mean that to sound like a bad, but there isn't really. I mean, Coldplay probably be all right, but I mean, I've seen Coldplay like, I don't know how many times. Always at Glastonbury, always headlining. I know that Chris Martin's very friendly with Emily Evis, so not taking anything away from Coldplay. Very, very good band, you know, but I think that has a lot to do with it. So I'm not really too sure about Coldplay. Probably, maybe, depending on the time, what else is going on, see them. But I'd say like Avril Lavigne, out of all of the headliners, is probably one of the ones that I'm looking forward to most. Keen as well, I think. They're playing Saturday, so they'll be good to watch. But it'll probably be some of the more unknown bands that are probably like wandering around, maybe like the acoustic stage and stuff like that. I'll probably go and check out and have a bit more fun watching. But there isn't anyone. It's a weird year, because it's like one of the first years where there's been very few bands where I've been like, oh, I want to see them, and on this day. And then, you know, most days you've got like 5 or 6 bands at least that you were like, okay, I really want to see these. I want to see them. There isn't that many this year. So just one of those years where it's, the lineups aren't really that great, and sometimes you get that, but most years there's a lot of stuff going on. But it's not just about, I guess, the bands at Glasgow. There's always other stuff going on that'll be fun to get involved with as well. So we'll see how it plays out, mate, and I might try and post a few things on my socials over the weekend. You want to keep up with it over there. I mean, like the surprise last year, it was hard to be topped because you had the Foo Fighters, who were like the secret band, and that was amazing, seeing the Foos. Riley, how are you doing, mate? Good to see you. Safari week, here we go, mate. How's the goose hunt going? I was tempted to go for the goose in this, but I thought, if I do it, is it gonna jinx Riley's run? So I kind of resisted a little bit. Professor Oak, your quad is preventing me from doing anything. Even walking is a hassle, but I'm aiming to get back on it for half marathon. Mate, I'm so sorry to hear that you're still having issues with that. I really hope that it heals up soon, but it's annoying with that sort of thing because the only thing that really helps the healing process is just a long process is rest. You can't do anything, and it is so frustrating. I remember when I tore the ligaments in my ankle when I was running like 10k every day, and tore the ligaments in my ankle, and I started running on it way before I should have, and I probably did like more damage in the long run. So it's always better to just definitely make sure that you're all right. But I was just so desperate to get back to running because it was such like an embedded routine with me that I was like, I can't wait any longer. And yeah, I used to take painkillers. I used to wrap it up, tape it up before I used to go out for a run, and I'd run on it, and it was so stupid looking back. But thankfully didn't do any like serious damage to it. But I definitely lasted probably a lot longer than it would have done if I just rested it. No Deoxys hunt this week. We are taking a break from our regular hunts and taking full participation of Safari Week, which has been a lot of fun so far to kick off with. Day one of our Safari Week. We're a little bit late to the party, but better late than never, I say. So we'll be back to Deoxys Heracross all next week. So just this week until Safari Week is ended, we'll be doing our adventures in the hard cold Safari Zone. Brian, down there's a bummer. If you're looking for some new rock music to listen to, you should check out my band. I hate to do it. Pardon the self-promo. Definitely do not apologize. Self-promote as much as you can. What's the name, Brian? I would love to check them out, mate. Probably not be doing that much gigging at the moment, I guess, but it's nice to have a little bit of a break as well, isn't it? Did you say we're going to Glasgow, James? No, Glastonbury Festival. Sounds pretty similar. Glasgow, Glastonbury Festival. We always cover Bake Me by Foo. Nice, mate. That track is a banger as well. Barefoot shoes really help. Yeah, I've heard that. I know a few people that wear those. I don't know how I would get on with running with them. I reckon it would be one of those things that at the beginning I'd find it really tough, but I think probably way better to do it like that. I see all the benefits of it. They look weird though, don't they? Like, no denying, they look very strange. But that's beside the point, really, isn't it? You know, shouldn't really matter how things look. Question: if you turn off my system when soft reset and shiny hunting is started, does it reset the count? What do you mean reset the count? So there isn't really a count. Like, the game won't keep a count of anything that you're doing, basically, if that's what you're referring to. So, and Riley, phase 6 of the Goose Hunt has ended after 3,370 encounters. I found Swablu. Oh, mate, that upsets me. That you found another Swablu. I mean, oh, mate, how many phases are we going to go through for this? I'm sorry to hear that you're still going for it, mate. But again, I'm just blown away by the commitment. You know, this shiny hunt has been an absolute monster so far. And I know you will get it. Hopefully phase 7 is the lucky one. Lucky number 11 is the one, mate. Fashionably late is what we call it. Yes, that's very true, mate. Very true. Polly, good morning. How are you doing? I'm doing all right, thank you. I hope you're having a great start to your Tuesday. Thanks so much for hopping in and joining the stream, as well as everyone. Thank you so much for joining us in this Safari Week. If you are doing Safari Week yourselves in game, let me know. I would love to know what you're going after and what your targets and things are. We've got a few targets on screen just down below, so I'm hoping we can get some of them today. It would be nice if we can at least hit one of them, or anything, to be honest. I can't really be too picky. The thing is, if we do hit anything, of course, as well, can we catch it? That's the big question. Or are we going to be in for a world of pain? Phantom, how are you doing? Last night I finally got my shiny Regirock, and it only took 4 weeks. That's amazing to hear, my friend. Congrats on the shiny Regirock. Great shiny as well. Which game was that in again? Sorry, I like completely forget. Person who said Alolan Sandslash, that looks like a good choice. You can focus on attack since Sceptile has more special defense than defense Avalanche. That's true. That's true. I'd only worry about, I think there's like the coverage moves that like, it's always a thing, right? With a 7-star Terror Age. It's like, what coverage moves have they got? If the Sceptile's got, like, this is what made me worry about, like, I feel like King Gambit could have been a good one. I didn't put it in my preview build, but it is definitely something I'm going to test when the raid goes live, because the Sceptile doesn't have a fighting type coverage move, which it might not. Then I think those Pokemon with those fighting type weaknesses like Alolan Sandslash could be a good option, of course, going into it. That's why King Gambit I think would be good, especially if it's got the Screech and the Break and Swipe. I think those two options could be pretty good ones to maybe look at. So maybe. And Riley, up to 48,000 total encounters for Zangoose. Mate, that is absolutely madness. Absolute madness. It's Safari Week already. Maybe I'll join in before it's over. We got till Friday this week that it's running to, I believe. I think it's Friday anyway. It might be running a bit longer, but I'm pretty sure it is Friday to Friday. It started last Friday and running this one. So we're a little bit late to the party. In which game are you trying to catch that Zangoose? I think Riley's in Ruby, right? I think so. I think it's a Dream Team quest in Ruby. Olio, good morning, my friend. How are we doing today? Hope you're well. Having a good day. Hadad, I remember setting up my Hawk Gold Safari a few years ago. Maybe I'll check out the progress later today. You've probably got all the progress because the blocks that you put in the Safari Zone, you need to leave them in there for a set amount of days to kind of, they level up after so many days have passed. So like we're in this version here with the Larvitar, then we've got, I think, 20 forest objects, but you need 20 days to pass to get the Sclops, which was one of the targets that I would have liked to have gone for, but there's no real way to kind of skip those days, even with the internal counter. I mean, if you have a DS, I think you can do it with a DS, an older system, but it's not always a guarantee. So I've only got my 3DS systems at the moment that I can use. My DS is not playing ball, so having those skips is not something that I can do. But and also you've got to wait for the Safari Warden to kind of call you with extra blocks, so I haven't got the peak blocks yet. So once I get those, I think I can put 5 peak blocks into this Safari Zone for the Larvitar, and it'll give me the catch rate for the Larvitar as well. So and they'll be like higher level. It's complicated. Cerebri's got a full list of everything that you can put item wise in different areas and how many days you need to wait for different encounters and things like that. But some of them are ridiculous. Like, I think, is Gibble like 200 days or something like that, which is just like madness. It's like over here, like why would Game Freak do that? As well as making everything else so hard. So yeah, there's a lot of things that the Hawk Gold Soul Silver Safari Zone do. They are very good, but at the same time very annoying. If you're trying to set it up on a new save very quickly, it's like impossible to do. Riley, I'll be hunting in Sapphire, Emerald, Fire Red and Leaf Green Safari Zone this year. Ruby will keep hunting for Zangoose on the side. Very nice, mate. All of those, juggling them all at one time. That's the other thing as well why I didn't really do more. I was a bit kind of hesitant to do the 4. I had the overlay all set up with all 4. But I was like, juggling all 4 systems at once, and they're different controllers. It would have just been a nightmare to do, like, because I don't have one controller that I can just control everything with, which would have made it a lot easier. But 2 seems very manageable, and we're getting through a bunch of resets as well. I mean, we're over 200 already, so that's pretty nice. So we should be able to absolutely zoom through a lot of them today, which is good. So we'll see how far we can get up. Phantom, I'm doing Reggie Eyes 30 checks, nothing yet. I hope you do get it. Imagine getting it sub 100 checks. That would be amazing. That would be so good. So Cross Zangoose is such a cool mon. It is a very cool mon. There's a specific area in Hot Gold Soul Silver Safari Zone as well where you can hunt Zangoose. Just, as I mentioned, I was kind of tempted to do. But I don't want to put a curse on Riley as well and hunt it, get it, and then be like, I kind of feel bad. I want to trade it over to Riley. But I wouldn't even be able to trade it anyway. But maybe if you get one of the targets that we're going for today, we'll go over. We'll maybe do the Zangoose and then support Riley and he's shiny hunting. List of mighty starters I want for Alligator, Torterra, Infernape, Superior, and Incineroar. They're the 5 that are remaining, Jarrett. They haven't been done yet. The Torterra I keep forgetting about. That's going to be a fun one to have. And Charlie Merriman, hello mate. How are you doing in the chat? Charlie, I hope you're well. Thank you so much, mate. Off to a good start today. Charlie, for those of you that don't know, has been doing Safari Week as well. I've been trying to drop in when I've had a spare minute to see Charlie's progress. I think last I saw was up to about 6,000 encounters. So yeah, getting through them, mate, on 4 systems as well. So your hands are I imagine by the number 6,000 you're probably quite used to the juggling of all the consoles at once. I'm definitely doing the light hunt with just 2 3DSs here. It's a lot easier to manage than the 4, but I hope, mate, you get some success soon and manage to see something shine, at least one of the targets that you're going for. If not, something today would be nice as you creep ever closer to that full odds mark. Can't remember, but can mightiest Pokemon have move pool derived from? Well, it's just, I think basically they can only have the moves that they would be able to learn in Scarlet and Violet. So their move, this is so confusing for me because I've got these, yeah, but basically anything that a regular Sceptile can learn in Pokemon Scarlet and Violet is what the mightiest mark Pokemon can have. They won't have anything that they can't learn, so you're not going to get any like move exclusives or anything like that. It would have been a cool thing for them to kind of do, like move exclusives for the mightiest mark Pokemon to, you know, make them a little bit more exclusive, but they haven't done anything like that. So basically, if you go on to somewhere like Pokemon Showdown, Cerebi, Bulbapedia, any of those places, and have a look at the moveset that they can learn in Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, then that will be very true to what the options that the mightiest mark Pokemon will have. That's pretty much how I would go about looking at the threats and potential moves that they could have going forward in the raids and things like that for preparing for them before the raid goes live. And then you can kind of guess what kind of things that they're going to have. I guess at this point as well, we've had so many 7-star terror raids that you kind of get an idea of like what things to expect. That's why I'm so strong on the Screech and the Swords Dance play, because it's the only way for the Sceptile to boost up any of its attacks. It's got Amnesia, I think, is another stat boosting option, but we're probably not going to see Amnesia on there. I mean, we might do, but I doubt it. So they generally tend to, the mightiest mark Pokemon will have a stat boosting option. They'll have maybe a disruptive option as well, like a field disruptor, like, you know, weather, whether that be sunny day, rain dance, might have terrains. But I say the terrains are more likely on those Paradox Pokemon with like Quark Drive rather than anything else. And then I guess they're just going to have hard-hitting moves, you know, and I don't think it really matters too much about them having like the signature attacks too much, because they've been not really tied to having them with signature attacks. I wouldn't be at all surprised though if this Sceptile has an item to play off the Unburden ability as well. I think I saw someone mention something. Oh, what was it? There was an option. They were like, could it have this move to use up the berry and then activate Unburden as well? So we could see something like that. Yeah. So just for Shiny Hunt for Safari Zone all week. Good day to everyone. David, yes. Safari Zone for the rest of the week, mate. It will be a lot of fun. Find my first full odd shiny raid den over the weekend. 6-star Haxorus Terra Water. Hosted a bunch of times. That's amazing, mate. I'm still yet to find a shiny raid Pokemon, which is crazy. But congrats. That's such a nice shiny to get. And Haxorus as well. What a banging shiny. No missing that when you go into the raid. Dom, how are you doing, mate? I hope you're well. I'm looking at running Frosmoth with Fairy Terror. Could set up with Bug Buzz and use Calm Mind Special defense, special attack, dazzling gleam, and trastalizing. Physical attacks could hurt though. Maybe. Philippe, thank you so much for the subscribe, and thanks for joining us this morning as we kick off our Safari week here on the channel. Very exciting to do it. But yeah, Frostmoss might be a decent option, especially with those stab ice type attacks. It's worth trying all these ideas, you know, as well, especially if you've got the resources in game. Give them a go. I'm currently going through Ultra Moon. Oh, Mr. Holbrookie, how has that been? How's the playthrough been? I hope you've been enjoying it, mate. So I can complete it. I found this checklist online. I'm trying to do everything on it, mate. It's a good project to do over the summer for sure. Especially because do you think you'll get it finished before Worlds? I wonder if you will. It's a lot to do that. Like I feel like Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon is a long game. I was quite surprised at playing through Hot Gold Soul Silver because I haven't played through it for such a long time. But like completing the game, and I wasn't doing it at crazy pace, but I clocked the entire game in like 10 hours. But then you've got to wait for all the additional hours to get the extra blocks added from the Safari Warden. I can't remember the name. Barbo, all that good stuff. But yeah, so it's like definitely clocked up a lot extra time that I wouldn't have had to do normally. But that's the joys of the Safari Zone and Hot Gold Soul Silver. If Sceptile gets move pool access to TMs, then it will have access to several fighter moves, including double kick. Yeah, Drain Punch as well was my big concern. I think it gets a low sweep, low kick as well. So they're two options. Islands Dread, how are we doing today, mate? I am doing all right, my friend. Thank you so much for asking. I hope you're having a great start to your week and doing all right as well, mate. One of my favorite starters is finally here in the 7-star format. Looking forward to it. Yes, mate. Finally, it wasn't the one I was expecting, but nice to see it finally getting some limelight. And I think it's going to be a really good one, especially for farming the Herbers. You know, I think the past few we've had haven't been that great for farming Herba Mystica. They've been quite slow. We haven't really had one as quick as like the Chestnut in a while, have we? I think the Chestnut was probably the last one where I know Herba Mystica you couldn't get with that Chestnut, but for farming like the good item drops, ability patches and things like that, at the time, it was probably one of the best ones we'd had because you could run through that so quickly. I'm kind of hoping the Sceptile is going to be a bit the same. Base HP is not the highest. Defenses aren't that great. Offensively, it's pretty decent. I'm surprised though if they do go down a physical route with it. I still think it could be mixed as well. But I think it could be one of those where we could run through it very, very quickly, opposed to like some of the previous ones recently. So we'll have to wait and see, I guess. Mighty, good morning, my friend. How are we doing today? Finished one of my hunts. I got a shiny Mesprite, Uxie, and Azelf. I call them Sausage, Dewey, and Jet. Absolute banging nicknames. I love it, mate. Congrats on the shinies for the Lake Trio as well. Such nice shinies to get. Not easy ones as well. And Wadey, good afternoon, my friend. How are we doing today? Good to see you. Hope you're doing well, pal. Good luck on the Safari hunt. Thank you so much, mate. I've been looking forward to this. I wish I just could have started it a bit sooner. Had an absolute nightmare getting back from the football as well. So I was meant to fly back on the Friday, and then issues with flights meant that we had to fly back on the Saturday. So it was I didn't get back till Saturday. Absolutely ruined as well because me and Costa traveled to the airport at like 2 a.m. in the morning, Saturday morning, and then my flight was at 7. And it sounds like really early to arrive at the airport, but honestly, like Costa's flight was at like 4:45 and he barely made the flight. Like the airport was just chaos when we got there, even at that time of the morning. So he managed to get his flight. I don't think Costa got back till very late though, because he had a crazy transfer with his flight. And I got back about, what did I get into London for? About 8 o'clock ish. So yeah, and then a whole day after that, I was just absolutely ruined. So tired. New levels of tiredness, but it was nice going out to Frankfurt to see the Euros, to see Frankfurt. It's a lovely city as well. So I had a lot of fun. It was very enjoyable. Just the tiredness was not that enjoyable. But back rested up now, so cannot complain. No shinies just yet. Shiny Meditite would be nice. Imagine getting it so we get that shiny Medicham when ZA comes out, ported up to that game. That'd be amazing if we can get that. Or the Manectric as well for Mega Manectric. Rom loves, how are we doing? First time watching live. Thanks for all those Pokemon Scarlet and Violet Terra Raid build guides. Thank you so much for just dropping in by the stream as well. You're more than welcome. I'm just happy that the raid guides have been helpful, been useful. I'm very excited for the Sceptile later this week. It's going to be a fun one to put together to see what works against it. But I hope the video when it goes up on Thursday will be useful. Sure it will be. I wouldn't put a solo build up that wasn't good. Oh, I try not to, at least. Try not to. You know, I wouldn't even be sad if we got a shiny Rattata or Raticate. It's not our target, but that would be kind of cool to have a Raticate. I always got a soft spot for Raticate. Mr. Holbrook, 100% I will, with the exception of collecting all the outfits. I think those are too expensive, but everything else I'm positive I can do. Yeah, the outfits, mate. There's no way. Like, how long would you need to farm money for in those games to get the entire set? Seems years of grinding. Do you get the Deoxys Wick farms? No, we're taking a break from the Deoxys this week, so we've still got the Deoxys hunt going on. But we're doing Safari Week this week, so just taking a bit of a break. Back with Deoxys next Monday, and we'll probably do like a joint Deoxys hunt and that Heracross in Hardcore in Soul Silver for that shiny Oni Nuzlocke that we're doing in that game as well. So hopefully can make some progress with that. And if we do get the Deoxys, I will bring, I've not done any resets for the Mew yet that I'm doing in Emerald, but we will probably go straight to that one after that. But no, Deoxys is still eluding us, my friend. So it will be nice. I think we're nearly up to 7,000 resets on that now, which is just crazy. Crazy that it has not popped up, but it will eventually. You just got to keep going. You've got the blessing to go to the Goose Pal, so don't hesitate if you want. Mate, okay, if we get a shiny in either one of these games, we'll move on to the Goose. That'll be our next target. We will do it, mate. Grace, how are we doing? I hope you're doing all right. Good to see you as always. Hate the summer, bring on winter recommendation on a cold country to move to one day. Just move to the top of Scotland. I got a friend of mine from school. He lives at the very top, as far as you can get in Scotland. It's like Wick. It's next to John O'Groats, basically. And I don't think it gets above 15 degrees there, even in the summer. So it's pretty chilly up there. I mean, 15 degrees isn't freezing, but it's bearable, right? And if you don't like the heat, he doesn't like the heat one little bit. So I think it suits him down to the ground. Very cold winters, and for the rest of the year, it's not the best. And I think it's I think it's level with like Norway. So you have those weird situations in the summer where it never gets dark. That day where it never gets, like, there's one day in the summer, early in the summer months, where it doesn't get dark. And they have this weird thing where they go out and play golf and they tee off at like midnight or something like that because it's so light, which is kind of cool, right? You're so far north that it's light for the entire day and night. But yeah, it is hot at the minute, Grace. I'm trying not to complain about it too much because I know it's been like absolutely boiling over the pond in the States and other places at the minute, so I feel like it's not too bad for us. But Grace, have you been enjoying England in the Euros? The first time going to see England ever, and seeing them in a tournament as well, and they perform like that, I'm like, it's typical. They were dreadful. It was so bad. We were lucky to get a draw, I feel, you know. We just didn't even deserve a draw. I felt kind of hard done by from for Denmark, to be honest, in that. They were just looked clueless. Like, the players just looked lost. Like, they were getting, like, Bellingham, Foden, were just getting in each other's areas. There was just no cohesion. Declan Rice is not a number 6. Like, he's terrible in that position. He looks lost. He doesn't know what to do. He's not the person that you need to be playing that ball out, receiving it from the centre backs. I mean, we saw Arsenal played in that position for a little while for Arsenal this season when they didn't have Jorginho, and who's the other one that plays that role normally, and they were in a bit of a bad slump of form. It's just like, don't play him there. I've never seen Declan Rice play so bad. He was awful, and he'll know it as well. So I just hope the system changes for tonight and we can get a bit of a better performance against Slovenia, then progress through. Charlie, thank you, mate. I've no doubt you'll find the shiny before me. I don't know about that, mate. We've not had the best of luck recently, although when we jumped into Sword and Shield a couple of weeks ago, we had a good bit of luck that week. We got the Necrozma and the Lunala that week, which was nice. So maybe we'll keep going though. I hope you do get the shiny before me. But we'll wait and see. So you're both into Pokemon. Ooh, what's this? I've missed that message. Let me just zip up and see. So you're both into Pokemon and football. Well, that's a rare combination for sure. I thought that the only one who does that. I'm from Croatia, by the way, but our Euro matches were borderline dreadful. Yeah, I was surprised with Croatia this year. I really expected them to kind of fly. They had a very tough group, right? So flying through the group, maybe not flying through it, but I definitely thought their performances would be a lot better. Surprised with the draw against Italy. I would have thought that you would have beat them. Surprised again with the result against Spain. But yeah, class team, class players. Just hasn't kind of been as good as what you expected. But yeah, hopefully England can do something tonight. Michael, I'm in Portugal and it's only 19 degrees. That's pleasant though, right? I hope you're having a brilliant time out in Portugal, my friend. I hope you are. It's how long are you out there for? Portugal. Still a place I've never been. I'd love to visit Portugal. Kind of low-key hoping that we get like some sort of VG play Pokemon event out in Portugal. I feel like it would be a great place to hold an event in the future. Never had it. They do Spain. Why not do Portugal? Riley, it was absolutely beautiful here on the east coast of Canada last week. I went surfing for the first time this year in the Atlantic and it felt amazing, mate. That sounds epic. Please, it's good. Never melt ice. Winter here in Australia. I'm loving it. What's the temperature like at the moment? Never melt ice. I'm always kind of curious about like Australia, what their winter temperatures are like. Probably like if it's good, then I can't imagine it gets too cold though. What's the shiny odds in these two games? 8,196 for both. So like max odds. Max. Double what they are in the newer games, mate. So we've got a long journey ahead of us. Professor Oak, listen, getting the results while playing like garbage is how you win tournaments. British fans need to chill a bit. That team has sucked for years now. Don't hammer down a really good team. No, I think that's the frustration with it, right? I don't mean to get like on the backs too much, but they were awful, mate. They were awful against Denmark. Really awful. Like, so just when you look at the average position of the players in the team, there was just so much like interference between like the lines, like the defense, the midfield. They were so close together. There was no space between them. And then when you look at like Bellingham, like especially I think the way that Trippier was out on the left, and you know, I absolutely adore Trippier. He plays for Newcastle. I know what he's capable of, but when he's out on that left, he doesn't really play that left wing very well. He doesn't use the overlap very well. He can't open his body up to get in positions, and then Foden's always wanting to kind of come more centrally, so he's not using, you've got no balance there, whereas Saka kind of hugs the touchline on the right. You've got no balance out there on the left, so you're always playing down the right, which makes it a lot easier for teams to kind of counteract that. And Denmark did a very good job with their press, but we had no press in that game. It was just so much confusion between our players about when to go. Harry Kane just didn't look interested, which was really frustrating. And like the players that were pressing, no one else was pressing alongside them, so the press just never worked, and it just felt all out of sync. I'm not getting on them. I just think tactically they're obviously confused. I think the comments afterwards from the players made that quite obvious. And it's just frustrating when you know you've got that level of player in your team and then the team performs like that when you know they can play better. But like, you're right, looking at like the positive sides of things, playing like that, still getting a result, still top of the group, it can only get better. So I guess it's just hoping that it does click. But if it doesn't, it's kind of disappointing because the potential's there to do something in this tournament. But we'll see. Portugal cannot have events in the same reason Spain can only have special events. Yeah, so I think with those, it's the gambling laws, isn't it? Why special events have to happen in those countries. But I guess you would just have a special event in Portugal, right? Rather than having a regional. So it would be, yeah, special event Portugal, special event Spain, special event in Italy. It's the same kind of rules for those places as well. So, yeah, but I would love them to do it. If Septile doesn't have Equake, might try Magena. And if it does, we'll try a line. And if it does, a lot of Ninetales. A lot of Ninetales is a really good shout for it. Magena, I think, will do a very good job against it. But of course, yeah, if it does have that Earthquake, it might make it a little bit tricky. Especially if it has that Swords Dance to kind of boost all of its stats as well. I'd love it though. Portuguese, so I wish it would happen, but gaming laws prevent it. Even a special event though, I feel like a special event would be something they'd be able to do. Pre-Gen 6 odds were insane. Adelhard, yeah, I know, mate. Absolute hardcore, brutal odds. It makes it so much nicer though when you get a shiny with these odds though. It's like so much more satisfying, you know? But yeah, brutal. Can you believe I had 4 generations, 4 games, and haven't got a single shiny Pokemon over 10 years of owning them? I can't believe that, hard, because all of the years that I played Pokemon for hours and hours and hours, it was Pokemon. It was Gen 4 before I got my first shiny, and that was just a random Fearow in the wild. And then after that, like all of the hours I played in X and Y, like I maxed out the time in X and Y. I never got a shiny in those games. The only shiny that I got was Masuda method egg hunting, which I kind of don't count as like that wild encounter. The amount of times that you spend out like EV training in those games, because I was playing a lot of competitive Pokemon back then, so it was EVing, doing catching Pokemon to breed with, all those things, never came across a shiny. I think in Mega Ruby Alpha Sapphire, I didn't come across just a random wild shiny as well. So it was probably until I'd say recently where like Legends Arceus, where I got more luck with those. Because even in Sword and Shield, I can't remember coming across just a random shiny in the wild. Not even in Sword and Shield. And the amount of hours I played in those games is crazy. So yeah, Legends Arceus, I feel like shifted that a lot, because just you've got those overworld spawns. I guess you're encountering more of them as well, so it makes it more likely to come across a shiny, and you've got the shiny sparkle as well and stuff like that, so that makes it a bit easier to identify them, not miss them. And then Scarlet and Violet, first shiny, big shout out to Riley here. First shiny in Scarlet and Violet was a Zangoose. That was my very first shiny, just randomly walking around the areas. So Scarlet and Violet's like a big game changer though, isn't it? So shinies are so much easier to get in those games. Winter in Australia is so variable. If you live in Tasmania, it's like 0. Wow, that's crazy. So it gets really cold. If you live in Darwin, it's like 28. That's crazy that there's such a discrepancy in like one country. That's mad. Like that's such a big difference. Tonster, how are we doing today? I hope you're all well and having a great day. Thanks so much for joining us this morning to kick off into Safari Week. We are, if you are joining and wondering, we are in Pokemon Heart Gold in both of our copies. And we've got different targets. We're in different areas of the Safari Zone in both. The targets that we're looking for on the overlay just to the sides here, so you can have a look at those. But hoping to get, I think the Larvitar out of everything would be the one that I would really love. But we're not going to be able to get the peak blocks to increase our Larvitar rate for a little while, because I think we've got to have like 3 hours pass before we get those blocks. So we'll probably be able to get them today on stream, but while we're going, the encounter rate probably won't be as much as it would normally be. But maybe tomorrow we'll be able to increase it. Sydney is about 17 degrees during the day, 7 at night. Brisbane is about 22 in the day. And so, oh, that's like a nice, pleasant British spring / summertime. That's nice. That's nice. Not unbearable at all. Believe me when I say myself and some of the top people in Portugal are trying hard to develop the community and hopefully one day get a special event. But in such a small country, it's difficult. No, I get that, mate. I just look at places like Gdansk, right, which is probably got less of a community. Nothing against the Polish community, but I feel like the Polish community in general for VG, maybe not TCG because I don't really know, is smaller for VG definitely than it is in Portugal. Portugal has quite a decent community for VG, so I feel like there's that there as well that would help. I think you have a good chance. I would be full support of a Portuguese special event though. So any help I can give, I don't know how much help I'd be. It'd probably be zero help, but if there was anything I could do, I would love to. We would love to help out with that. Shiny hunting was so difficult back then, yeah. Like real shiny hunting, real hard shiny hunting. It's so much easier post Gen 6. If you want real snowfall, you have to do the mountains about 2 hours southwest drive from Sydney along the border of Victoria and New South Wales. Tasmania also gets heaps of snowfall. That's wild. I never realized that anywhere in Australia we get snowfall. It's nice that you do though, get those like diverse temperatures. I guess those places probably don't get as hot in the summer as well, so they're a bit more easier to deal with, because I can imagine like Sydney and places like that get like ridiculously hot in the summer. First shiny in Violet with Shinx, Dustin. That's a nice one to get. You can't beat a shiny Shinx. One of my favorites as well. I was obsessed in Legends Arceus with getting shiny Shinx. It's like one of my favorite outbreaks to do. Like anytime when I was playing through, before we got mass outbreaks, just mass outbreaks, I'd always get a Shinx outbreak. Have to go and do it. Ran into a random hot pink Oinkalon in Scarlet. Been finding random ever since. That's super nice. Oinkalon's a really nice shiny as well. Really nice. I do like it a lot. Trying to think what my last... Oh, Psyduck. I was doing some stuff for the raid builds and I got a random shiny Psyduck just wandering around in my game in my Scarlet copy last week, which was kind of fun. So that was a nice little addition. I think a Pinchurchin as well was one before that. But yeah, it's one of the beauties, like one of the charms about Scarlet and Violet is the shinies are a lot easier to come across in those games. Sometimes it can be difficult. Like there's been multiple times I've been shiny hunting for stuff and done like, you know, upwards of like 8 to 10 sandwiches and still had no shiny come through when the odds are so crazy. But generally speaking, the shinies are a lot easier to get in those games. But it is nice. I think the charm about those games is that you can just be wandering around, enjoying the scenery, and then just a random shiny just pops up, which is always nice to kind of come across, because it's not something you get, especially if you played the older games very often or at all, you know. But yeah, I do love Scarlet and Violet. Very, very nice addition to the Pokemon franchise. It gets ragged on quite a bit with all the performance issues, and rightly so as well. But I mean, outside of that, looking past those, I feel like they did a good job with Scarlet and Violet. Really enjoyable. Ran into a random hot pink one. Yeah, I'm gonna try and do something, but the stream elements link is giving 404. That is annoying. I wonder why that is doing that. That's weird. Is that from the overlay that you're trying to use? You're looking forward to that new Zelda? Ah, Island's Dread. I am indeed. It's not very long we got to wait for it either. It's one of the more like ones that's coming up pretty soon. Was it like September, August time? The release date of it? Can't remember off the top of my head, but it looks awesome. I love the take on it as well. Finally getting to play as Zelda opposed to Link. It's a real cool wait to play the franchise. And I was not expecting a new Zelda game to drop at this time of year. I knew we'd probably get, I was thinking more along the lines when we did the live watch along. I was like convinced that we're going to get something ported to just the NSO, but getting the new Zelda game was awesome. I really like, the more I think about the direct, the better I think it was. It was, I think it was a very strong direct. There was a lot of stuff in there that, you know, the wish list, we just didn't see any of that. But I mean, that's fine. I guess future directs, we can always hope for that sort of thing, and things like the classic collection to be integrated over on the new console. Just kind of holding out hope for when we do get that announcement. And just more news on ZA. Portugal definitely has some great restaurants and pretty good value, but it all depends if you are in Lisbon or outside of Lisbon. I can imagine the food over there just being absolutely amazing. Yeah. We were very, very spoiled in Frankfurt. The area we were staying in had some of like lots of Turkish kind of restaurants and stuff like that. And the food was just absolutely incredible. Me and Costa went to this place on the Friday night. It was just incredible food. It was so nice. So we were very, very spoiled when we were there. So lots of good things to eat. Not your classic German cuisine, but it was very, very nice. Scarlet and Violet feels like a second innocence of shiny hunting. It felt like the Ultra Wormholes and Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon brought a lot of eyes to shiny hunting. Scarlet and Violet feels like it's done the same. I agree with you, mate. It definitely does, doesn't it? Who's this parking outside my house? I have to have my window open today because it's actually burning hot. Chat, I'm going to be right back. You're going to have to just give me 1 second because I think our door's gone, all right? I'll be 2 minutes. I'll be very quick. Where are we going? Okay, sorry chat, I'm so sorry about that. We got some random guy coming and knocking at the door about, we got like 2 cars and one of them we're not using. It's not up for sale, but he's kind of knocking on the door asking if we're selling the other one. It's kind of weird, but yeah, so that was that. Anyway, sorry, I can just see out the window and pulling up. It's not something normally that I would like ever expect to have happen, but there we go. It always feels a little bit dodgy to me, just knocking on some random's door. Are you selling your car? I don't know. I feel like I would never do that, but there we go. That is what was just transpired. Back to the shiny hunt though. But good to see you, mate. I hope you're well. And getting back to your point, Riley, as well. Yes, the renaissance of shiny hunting definitely helped with Scarlet and Violet. The sparkling power level sandwiches and stuff like that. Just awesome, mate. So I think it's generally very good for the community. Also, hopefully it continues as we go forward. I think ZA will probably do some nice things to kind of push it forward and stuff like that. So yeah, it's yeah, exciting. It's very exciting. Had some good food in Spain as well. Spain's always amazing for food. I feel like all those sort of countries down that area of the world, Mediterranean, Spain, Mediterranean, I don't know. It must be, right? I'm just showing my ignorance here. But yes, very, very nice. Always food's very good. Only bad experience I had when I was in Spain was years ago. I was in a little bistro place, and it was after playing Madrid Nationals. I can't remember what year it was. There's a few of us that went afterwards, and we went for a beer, and we were just having some tapas sort of stuff, and there was olives The lady brought some olives to the table, and I was like, oh my god, I love olives. So picked one up, and I didn't realize it wasn't pitted, and I literally just like crunched down on it and destroyed, like broke my tooth at the top and the bottom, and I had to have like both of the teeth like rebuilt up. Didn't have to have them removed, but yeah, little bit of a token reminder of my time in a bistro in Spain, which was always enjoyable. But yeah, that was not fun. Making me hungry. Go get a midnight snack, never melt ice. Bad influence, mate. You know what, stuff happens a lot here in the US. Lol, I have had people place cards on my father's truck because it's a 5-shifter truck. Oh, what have I done? I'm catching Pokemon. I don't mean to be catching Pokemon. They put cards on the truck. Wow. That's crazy. It always makes me feel like, I don't know, like the people are like, I should give people the benefit of the doubt. I just feel like it's kind of dodgy at the same time, you know? But it's probably not. It's probably not. So, right, let's get the encounter in this game. Let's forget about the Chingling that we've just caught. I saw the sparks come up at the side and I was like, is it a shiny? It's not a shiny though. Right, there we go. Of course it was in Madrid. Yes, mate, not Barcelona. Right, all caught up. Is Safari Week a community thing with full odds or ongoing in-game event that never stops? It's a community thing that was, I don't know when it was first kind of introduced, but yeah, every year they do like a week. It's not the same week every year. It's normally set. It's normally at the end of June, start of July sort of time every year, but just community thing where you're going into the Safari Zone in whatever games have the Safari Zone. Essentially, you can do it in Brilliant Diamond, Shine and Pearl if you want easier odds, I guess, to starting the hunt, because the odds in Brilliant Diamond, Shine and Pearl are like half of what they are in the old games. Or you can go into any of the older generations. But this, I feel like this year is a little bit more of a special one, especially for the older generation games like your Fire Red, your Leaf Green, your Emerald, any of those games with the Safari Zones, because of Bank shutting at some point in the future. It's going to mean that probably this time next year when Safari Week is happening, if you do it and you get some of those like older games, you get shinies in those games, there's a possibility you might not be able to trade them up to Pokemon Home anymore, which is kind of sad. So it feels like the kind of last chance to do it with a lot of these games to port things up. So yeah, but it's, yeah, normally a week every year that it happens. I've never streamed it before, so this is the first year I've actually done a stream with it, but I'm excited to do it. I would have liked to have done Fire Red or Leaf Green as well, but maybe we could do that later in the week. If you get a shiny from both of these games, maybe we move over, we do Emerald, and then we also do Fire Red or Leaf Green. Be kind of cool. Still waiting on my Japanese copy of Fire Red arriving. It still hasn't arrived yet. Taken ages. It should have been here, I think, last week, but it is coming from Japan, so I can't rush it too much. Johnny Hacks, how are you doing, mate? Great to see you. I hope you're well, my friend. And yes, finally caught a stream. I'm doing all right, mate. Finally caught a stream after we finally got to meet in Bologna as well, and had such a blast actually meeting in person, mate. It was amazing to see you, and I hope it's not the last time that I get to see you out at an event. And hopefully next season you've got the bug now, and you're going to be attending a lot more regionals when you can. Oh man, come on, we need to speed up these encounters. I'm getting up to 500. Not too bad. Getting close to it. Actually, I'm planning to farm all shiny mega Pokemon. Should I farm those in Scarlet and Violet in Let's Go? That's a cool idea to do. I think some of them you're probably not going to be able to get in Scarlet and Violet, so you have to go to some of the other games. But yeah, great idea to do, to like farm them all up, ready to transfer over when ZA launches. I think I might do something similar, but I kind of tending to lean towards the idea of I'll probably wait and shiny hunt them in ZA. Because I think them hopefully there's some updates to the shiny hunting mechanics in those games. It'd be kind of nice if there was, but I don't know really what to expect. Are they going to keep them in line with how things and how the shiny hunts have been in Pokemon Legends Arceus, or are they going to update it? I hope they don't take away the shiny sparkle sound and all of that sort of stuff that we saw in the last Legends game. I kind of really like those little things, especially if it's like its own series. I feel like you're kind of safe to keep those mechanics in there, but who knows what they're going to do with those games. Just exciting, of course. Can you imagine Lee doing the Cortonda Olive roll and getting the flashback of his Olive Pit nightmare? Oh man, that Olive game, especially when you got to do it for that final tablecloth and you got to do it under 2 minutes 30 or something like that. Oh, it's such a pain. There is a cheat way to do it where you can do it, but I mean, yeah, any way of doing that game is just annoying. Can imagine Lee, yeah. So true. I'm still telling my friends how awesome it was meeting you all. Oh mate, that's awesome. It's awesome. It was really good to see you out there as well. Heading to work. Islands Dread, have an amazing day, my friend, and thank you so much as always. It's been awesome catching up with you early on in the stream today. I hope you have a great day yourself, and I'll hopefully catch you on one of the streams throughout the rest of the week. We will be streaming for the rest of the week as well, doing the Safari week, so hopefully catch you then, mate. But if not, take care of yourself, and I hope I'll catch you very soon. I'm absolutely preparing to play the whole season. Johnny, that's awesome to hear, mate. The sparkle sound, oh please add that back. I know. And just the animation as well, the sparkle animation. I think that whole package that we got from those games was just amazing. So I do love Pokemon Legends Arceus. Maybe we jump into Legends Arceus to do some hunting in those games as well, because so fun. So fun. So chill. Games to just hunt in. Some more rats for our counter. Bug, can't wait for Legends ZA. Yes, mate. You and me both, and probably everyone else in the chat. Will you be jamming Hot Gold till Silver Safari Zone all week, or will we see some Horn as well? Yeah, Riley, I think what we'll do is, I'm just deciding this on the fly, but if we do get one of our targets in Hot Gold till Silver, I think we'll move over, we'll change up games, and we'll go into probably Leaf Green to start with, I think. And then if we get the other one in Hot Gold Soul Silver, we'll move into Emerald. So we'll try and hit all of the games, because like you said, doing some Horn as well would be nice. Just Gen 3 in general. So we'll definitely do that if we can, but it all depends if we can get something in these games, which we should be able to do. We should be. Just doing 2 games at a time, we're not getting as many resets in as I'd probably like us to do, but it's more manageable. I can read the chat. I'm not feeling like super stressed out like I think I would be if I had like 4 systems on the go at the same time, juggling them all. It's a lot to kind of keep track of. I've been playing Legends Arceus just to kill time, and I really enjoy the OST in that game. The music is just, I think probably my favorite out of every Pokemon game. You just can't beat it. Like, there's just tracks, like every track is great in all of the different areas. I think the one thing I really enjoy is just doing the circle in the Fieldlands area, just because the music in the different areas that you get in that one area is so nice, and just checking the different alphas just for shinies, just repeating that. It's not even a chore. It's such a chill game. That's, I think, one of the reasons why I like it so much. And Johnny, so like it's a community driven event, not like a recognized event like shot. No, it's not, mate. It's not a recognized event, just a community driven one. Riley, good plan. I can't wait to see that shiny pop up and feel the adrenaline will stay. I know, mate. That's the thing. I'm gonna stay confident. I'm gonna stay very confident about it. The thing is, if we get the shiny and it flees, I feel like we're gonna be on a mission then to like reclaim that shiny if we don't get it. whatever it is. I mean, any of the ones in these areas are going to be pretty nice to be able to get, like even Abra, Rattata, anything like that we're kind of encountering. Magnezone, be very nice to get any of them. So I'll not complain if we see anything sparkle today. It will be very cool to kick off Safari Week with any sort of luck. And John, how are we doing today, mate? How are you all? How many shinies did you get? Nothing so far. This is day one, so we're just starting off our Safari Week hunting today. Nothing so far. I'm hoping we do get some. The ones that I've got on the overlay are kind of my targets that I would like in the different areas. So we're in Heart Gold, 2 different areas of the Safari Zone. One of the big ones is going to be Larvitar. I would love to get a shiny Tyranitar from the Safari Zone. So that's a big wish. Meditite would be a nice one as well. Girafarig, of course, is going to be one that I would love us to be able to pick up. Smeagol and then the Manectric. So they're kind of the targets that I would like to be able to get. Whether or not we will, who knows? It could be anything. If anything sparkles, it's going to be good though. Just got Shiny Charm and Ultra Moon. Nice, Mr. Holbrook. Awesome getting that. It actually works in those games as well. And I'm going to go hunt Shiny Mawile to use in a playthrough. Very nice. Such a nice... Mawile's amazing shiny. This makes me think, what about shiny hunting Sharpedo or Garchomp for the next Shark Week? Garchomp would be a good one. Sharpedo probably a better shiny in general. And Riley, plus how cool would it be to have a shiny in Safari Ball and get the legend ribbon on it? Very true, mate. That is the big plus about it, isn't it? Yeah. The legend ribbon. Snowfly. Wait, what color is shiny T-Tar? It has a blue thing on it, its stomach. Yeah, normally in these games, the shiny on the overlay is the shiny. It's just a bit more of like a more greeny color, more vibrant green, so it doesn't have that like purple belly like it does in the newer games. It's still got a kind of like a red. You can see the difference here. It is almost like it's, I guess, more of a pinky belly than you would see in the game. So yeah, it's a bit of a weird shiny. Yeah, but all the targets that we've got on the screen are all the ones that all their shiny forms in how they show up in Heart Gold, Soul Silver. Yeah, Snuffy one. Do you think they will ever make all of the Hisuian Pokemon available in main screen game outside of Arceus, of course? I would hope they do, but I don't know. I wonder if it's because like it's set in the past and like all of the present future. I guess they could integrate them somehow. I mean, we got like the hint of the Hisuian Growlithe in the Teal Mask, right? So that was, you know, the statues in the Teal Mask of Hisuian Growlithe. So there's, I would love them to do it. I really would. I don't know if they'll just keep them like locked to that one game though, and just have them as like special event Pokemon that might be obtainable, I guess, through, you know, newer games, whatever, if they've got a similar like raid system or things like that where you might be able to get them in those ways, or like the mass outbreaks. I guess we got Hisuian Voltorb that way as well. So there's ways I guess they could do them for those games. But yeah, it'd be nice to think that they would integrate them some way into the newer games. Just call me gamer. How are we doing today, my friend? I hope you are well and having a great start to your day. Doing all right, mate. I hope you are as well. Enjoying kicking off Safari Week this week. And we're doing it in Heart Gold, Soul Silver. So, two of my favorite games. Power, how are we doing, my friend? I hope you are well as well. Finally did the M-Ball raid yesterday using your Armor Rouge build. Nice. Got lucky with the NPC teammates. Got a Staraptor, God of War, Clodsire. Perfect. Partnering Pokemon. Glad that you were able to do it, and with the Armor Rouge as well. I hope the build helped out, my friend, and you can do some farming for Herba Mystica if that's what you kind of want to be doing as well. And Andy, how are you doing, my friend? Hope you're good. Caught back-to-back shinies in Violet. A shiny Holucha ran into me and immediately flew to the Pokemon Center after catching it, and once it turned around and found a shiny Mass Chief. That's amazing, mate. Two absolutely banger shinies. Congrats on both of those. And Lumpy, how are you doing, mate? Great to see you. Good morning, my friend. Hope you're having a good start to your Tuesday. And David, so are we shiny hunting for the Nuzlocke, or is this for a different purpose? This is for Safari Week. So, I mean, we could transfer stuff that we get here into our Soul Silver games. It's kind of the same games, right? So we could potentially, should have a poll on the channel to say, should we trade these in and use them in the playthrough? We could do. Actually, not good. Got suspended on Twitch for 14 days for probably copyright, but I'm going to be okay. Mate, that is so annoying. Is there any way you can appeal that or like do anything to get around it? 14 days as well. Mate, I'm sorry to hear that. I really hope if there's anything I can help with to help resolve it or anything like that, just give me a shout. But I hope you manage to get some sort of resolution to it. I feel like it's a bit excessive. Like, Twitch is a weird platform. Exia, how are you doing, mate? I hope you're well. Hopefully something shines for you this week. So it is Safari Week. Hopefully it will be bright worth shine. I hope so, mate. And I hope you're keeping well as well. And thank you so much for the good luck. We definitely need as much as we can get going into this one. Quick question. If there's a Pokemon in real life, what will your team be? Tyranitar. I think I'd have a Charizard. I definitely have a Charizard. I feel like a Charizard. I'd want a Dragapult as well. I think I want a Ghost type Pokemon, a Gengar or a Dragapult. Kind of leaning more towards Dragon types because then we could fly around on them as well. That'd be kind of cool. Would I have a Baxcalibur as well, like to match the Tyranitar? Like I feel like all my Pokemon are quite big. Oh, there's too many that I would like to have is like real life Pokemon. I think like Heracross, Houndoom, they'd be stuff that I would like. A Totodile, which I probably want to like not to evolve. I think, yeah, it's too many. What about yourself? If you've got a 6 in mind, let me know. To be honest, I'd trade these in playthroughs. Still shiny hunting and Pokemon could technically hunt. So that's very true. Very true. My vote, you can choose 3 mons from the Safari Zone if you get them part of the team. Any others just prizes for Safari Week. That's a good way to do it. So anything that we get 3 we can trade in. Right. Let's get moving. We might not even get anything this week, you know? Might be one of those where we do thousands of resets and don't get a single shiny, but we could also get very lucky as well. Could be the next reset. Got into work and Guy had brought me a Wii and a brand new 3DS and a Mario carry case. A few games. Wow, mate, that's amazing. That is awesome. What a good friend. What a good gift as well. Not too long, actually, only 14 days. It's long enough though, isn't it? You're like, just for what it was. If it is just copyright thing, I'm sure you'll be able to appeal it. I hope you can. And it's not like months. I guess that's the big thing about it. But still, 14 days is long enough, I feel. Tyranitar in real life sounds inconvenient. You'd have to constant stream of sand. Of course, it gets everywhere. This is very true. I wonder if it could train it just to turn off the sand stream ability though. Or maybe use an ability patch and give it like a nerve when it's in the house and then have just a constant supply of ability patches where it could just change between the 2 abilities depending on where it was. Because a sandstorm's definitely useful in certain situations. But a Tyranitar would be pretty good. Good strong Pokemon. Could ride around on its back. Pretty scary, strong. Dark type. How about Sceptile raids? Haven't seen your video, but I think Sceptile isn't difficult. I think it might be tricky. I think it's got potential to be a real tricky raid, but I think the dragon typing doesn't help it too much. Because there's some strong fairy type attackers. I think if it is physical, like we expect it to be, I think it makes it more difficult for things like Fluttermane to perform as well. I do think Sap Zipper Azumarill is going to be a pretty consistent way to go up against it. But it just depends. If it's gonna spam like Swords Dance and Screech and stuff like that, which it probably likely is gonna do, I think that could make it quite a potent threat. Dragon Claw, Outrage, Breaking Swipe are probably the physical threats that it has and probably will use. I think maybe we don't want that screen. Dragon Pulse. I think it might be a mixed one, to be honest. That would make a lot more sense, I think, to have a mixed attacker with Swords Dance as well. Not quite, pal. You can right now choose 3 mons. Example, Abra, Rattata, Xingling. If you get any of those 3, you can use them. Otherwise, they're prizes. Ah, okay. Okay, that makes sense. Well, I will pick... Okay. Abra for sure. Magneton and... Oh, which other one would I pick? I guess it'd have to be Rattata, wouldn't it, really? Yeah, those 3. Okay, we'll definitely pick Abra, though, for one of them. Yesterday, I got 2 shiny alpha Pokemon, Mantine and Frozlass. Wow, very nice. Very nice. Congrats, Phantom. They're awesome to pick up. The shiny alpha train continues. So when is Safari Week? Like, is it the same dates every year or does it change? David, it changes every year. It's normally towards the end of June, July. But it does, the dates do change every year. So this week it started last Friday and it runs to this Friday. I'd want to shiny hunt Wiglet in real life. It would make for some hilarious and inappropriate humor. Yes. The Wiglet. Imagine just having a random Wiglet as your pet at home. $84 shiny alpha Pokemon. That's how many you've got. That's crazy. That is crazy. That's so good. I think if you get the Larvitar, you have to use it though. Make sure you like the stream, you all. Thank you, Riley. And thank you to everyone that has hopped in and joined, and for all the likes as well that we've had today. I really appreciate it, friends. Yeah, the Larvitar would be like, I think it has to be a given. If we get the Larvitar, it'd be amazing. Amazing to use it in the playthrough. I would not hesitate to transfer it in. It'd be so good. Just Call Me Gamer. Sceptile seems to have more dragon and grass type, and probably normal is resisted or having immunity to steel and fairy. Steel and fairy, I think that's why a lot of people are leaning towards Tinkaton as an option in this raid, which it might be quite good, to be honest, against the Sceptile. So we'll have to wait and see. It's not something I would dismiss though. I think Tinkaton could be a very good option. But yeah, the Sceptile's coverage isn't the best. Like, you're really looking at like Rock Slide. I think it gets Thunder Punch. It gets obviously the grass and the dragon type attacks. It gets Earthquake, gets Fighting, gets Dark type attacks. I think it gets Zen Headbutt, but it's very unlikely that we see Zen Headbutt on it. And you got to remember, it's only going to have like maybe 4 coverage moves. So yeah, it's I think that will allow a lot of Pokemon to be very, very good against it. But the Azumarill with Sap Sipper is just so good because you have the immunity to its both of its big stabs, right? Complete immunity to them. So I think for that reason why the Azumarill might be a very good option. I remember Zigzagoon in Gen 3 made catching an Abra and Juford so easy. The free Ultra Balls I got from it give the Abra no chance to teleport. That is very true, yeah. Really nice little trick as well to get the Abra, because otherwise Abra early game is just such a pain to get. That would be my worry. Probably a bit easier in the Safari Zone to go after than out in the wild, but I do worry if we come across any shiny that might have it flee on us. I think the Larvitar could be the most awkward one out of all of them, but we'll wait and see what we get. Some people are actually pretty wild to have as pets. Imagine you're chilling at home and a random hippopotamus strolls into the living room waiting to play you like a dog would. Do you remember, I don't know if many of you know, like there was a story about that couple that had a hippo. They had a pet hippo and I think it ate both of them, killed them both. I don't know if it ate them. I might be making that bit up, but it definitely killed both of its owners. I mean, how do you even have room for a hippo? They're like the biggest things. Like imagine the amount of food. Imagine the food bill for a hippo, keeping a hippo. Like hundreds of pounds a week just on food. I don't know what a hippo eats, like vegetables and stuff. It's probably not crazy expensive, but the amount of food they eat, I mean, you're probably spending hundreds a week on a hippo. Bad idea. I don't know. I don't know about like having a pet. I don't think I'd ever own a pet or have a pet that would potentially eat me or inflict a lot of harm on me. I know dogs can be dangerous, but generally dogs aren't gonna kill you. You know. Stein Thor, how are we doing today? Good to see you, my friend. People need to give some information on Legends ZE soon. It's been ages. It has been ages, hasn't it? I think we're all hoping, like secretly hoping that we get like a Pokemon Presents in July at some point, like this month, right? Hopefully we do. I think Alcremie would be an amazing pet. Just a dog with big eye, can breathe fire. Oh, Arcanine. I don't know why I read that as Alcremie. I was like, a cake, yeah. I like a walking around cake. I must just have cake on the mind. Arcanine would be a very cool pet and big enough for you to kind of ride as well. Because they kind of ride it in the anime. So, yeah, an Arcanine would be brilliant. Might try Chen Pao. The ability lowers defense. That's true, Sicroz. It's not a bad shout. Just not really got the move pool to take advantage like some of the others for the raids, you know, like lowering the defense stats, boosting your own. Although Chen Pao does get access to Sword Stance, it could work. I think Zacian's something else that could probably be quite decent in this raid. But I try to stay away from suggesting legendary Pokemon just for accessibility reasons. Unless it's catchable in the game, I guess. That would make it a bit easier. But then again, I'm still a bit hesitant. I know I put Pheasantipity in this week, but I was like, not everyone's got the DLCs. I do think Pheasantipity will be very good against it, though. Keeping a hippo as a pet is actually insane. It's the most dangerous animal in Africa in a very large margin. I'd rather keep a saltwater croc than a hippo. I probably agree with you, Johnny, to be honest. Yeah. You know, like hippos, as big as they are, they can run like 30 miles an hour. How does something that big run that fast? That's like faster than a human. You couldn't outrun a hippo. It's like, imagine one of those coming at you. Yeah, so dangerous. I think they kill more people in the wild than any other animal in Africa. I'm pretty sure that's like a crazy stat. I don't know if it's true, but when I was at Longley last year, they had a hippo in the lake, and they were. That's one of the things the lady said on the boat, that hippos are very dangerous. I don't know why you'd want to keep one. Just leave them. Leave them out in the wild to do their thing. But if you own a hippo, I hope I'm not offending. My friend's grandma got eaten by her pet anaconda. No, that didn't happen, sick. Your friend's grandma got eaten by her pet anaconda. Like, genuinely, if that happened, that makes me, like, actually really, really sad. But I just don't believe it. And then that is, like, if that actually happened, I'm not saying you're lying. I just feel like it's one of those stories that's exaggerated. June, a lot of animals won't tussle with a hippo. Usually just stay clear. Yeah. I just find them, how can something that big run that fast? There was a guy who had a crocodile in like Florida which ate Cheetos and got kidnapped a few weeks back. What? The crocodile ate Cheetos? Who's feeding Cheetos to a crocodile? And how do you even get to the point where you're giving a crocodile a Cheeto to know that it would like that, and then that's what you continue to feed it? That's wild. Strolling through the city. A pterodactyl. Yeah, just casually walking around. Yeah, definitely not out swimming a hippo either. How did we get onto the hippo chat? It was the hippopotamus, wasn't it? Hippopotamus. It's the most alien-like creature on Earth. It's like in existence. Someone show you a picture, you think it was a fiction book. I think it's like a squid. Squids are weird. And jellyfish as well. Like, there's some weird stuff in the ocean. I feel like there's a lot of stuff in the ocean that you would be like, that definitely looks like alien. There's that like black sludge stuff. I don't know what animal it is. I always see it like pop up on my timeline. Probably because I've watched videos of it. So the algorithm's like, you like this, so I'm going to show you more of it. But it's like almost like, you know, the venom, like liquid. I don't know what they call it. But it's like when venom's like moving around when it's not in someone. It's pretty much identical to that, but it's like an actual thing. That's definitely like alien-like. Ooh, bear tick's a very good shout, Sir Cross, for sure. Yeah. Chilling water, snarl, bulk up, avalanche. Yeah, really good shout. I like that a lot, actually. Sir Cross again, coming in with the ideas. He here is old enough to remember the house hippo. The house hippo. Is that the one that I was talking about, Lumpy, with there's two people that owned it and then it ate them or something like that? Crazy. The One Piece is real. Sick, I feel like you're like, is it actually true story though? That's horrifying. Your friend's grandma got eaten by an anaconda. I just feel like I can't believe it. But I'm sure it's true. There is a disc golf course in Florida that a man went to in the water to look for lost discs and got torn up by crocs. Signs everywhere, still went and played 18 last time I was there. Wow. That's all. Oh man. Yeah. Why, like, if there's signs as well, like, why would you go in? Like, knowing that there's no chance. If I saw any sort of sign that was like alligators in the water, like, I'm from England and I know there's like alligators are a thing in Florida. There's no way I would go into the water. No chance. I don't care what I dropped in there. Like, I'd be like, it's gone now. There would be no way I'd be pulling a Happy Gilmore and going in after it and wrestling a croc or an alligator. No chance. Brave man. You can go a bit more nuanced about what animals would be more alien. Most dinosaurs, giraffes, lampreys, most Triassic animals. Giraffes are definitely weird looking animals. When I was at that long leap, there's a giraffe outlook place and you could go and they were like literally this close to me. They're cool animals, really nice. But yeah, they're definitely like with their, I guess the way their horns form and stuff like that. And their mad long legs. I'm not sure what kind of grandma would be responsible on a large snake such as an anaconda. That's the other thing, right? Whose grandma owns an anaconda? That's the next level of this. My friend's grandma got eaten by an anaconda, but whose grandma owns an anaconda? Like, I know, God bless her soul, my grandma's not alive anymore, but I can't imagine my gran. She was a little old lady. She's not going to own a massive snake. And if she did, I would expect her to get eaten by it because there's no way you'd be able to handle it. Like, how are you feeding that thing? Like, how are you taking it like out of its cage to clean the? Because I guess you're gonna have like not a cage, but like a tank for it. Like, how big's your tank? Like, how big's your house? My gran didn't live in a big place either. There's no way like she would like the place she lived in would be smaller than probably what you would need for an anaconda tank. No chance. Now I've just got a picture of my grandma owning an anaconda snake as a pet. Happy Gilmore beat up a croc for the golf ball once. Yeah, hardcore. Do you know they're doing in the works for Happy Gilmore 2 is being worked on by Adam Sandler. I'm like one of my favorite all-time films, Happy Gilmore. Such a good movie. But yeah, Chubbs. You see, Chubbs was the lesson there. He lost his hand to a croc, didn't he? And then Happy got the head of that croc later in the movie. Such a good movie. Have you ever seen the video of a man throwing a shark back into the water? No, I don't. I can't think. Wrestling a croc would be scary, but you could possibly flip them over and not let their mouth open. Yeah, I mean, sick you say that, but like, have you seen how big crocs are? I think you could maybe have a go with an alligator if you were lucky. I mean, you'd have to be so lucky, right? But a croc, I think, nah. They're too big. They're too big. And I feel like if you're in the water, you're knackered. Like, I feel like that's the home of a croc, right? I mean, on land, they're pretty fast, but you can do that zigzag run thing. I don't know if that works, or if that's just like an urban myth where they say if you're running away from a croc or an alligator to run in zigzag because they'll follow you and they can't turn quickly, so it means you get away from them. But if you're running straight, they'll easy catch you. So I don't know, mate. I don't think wrestling a croc in any sort of world, unless your name's like Steve Irwin, would be a good idea. I think the best thing is to like find a tree and just clamber up it and and just wait till it goes away and gets bored. But how long, what's the patience of a crocodile? Do you think a crocodile's like, I can wait, I can just wait here. I've got nothing. I literally got nothing on. Crocodile's like, yeah, it's hot. I'll just soak up the sun. You're going to have to come down at some point. So, yeah, I don't think it would be a great situation. Big constrictors don't start eating if their prey is still alive unless it's very precarious situations like they're in the open or actively starving. Besides, snakes don't size their prey. My grandma had 8 cats. See, but that's fine though. Is your buddy a Tiger King? Always have this thought when it comes to dinos. If there are other planets in the universe like ours, they might still have dinosaur type creatures. They didn't have a meteor to wipe them out. That's very true. Could still exist out there. You know for a fact though, I feel like there is going to be a point in the future where they're going to get DNA splicing, like to the point where they're just going to bring back dinosaurs, aren't they? And it's going to be Jurassic Park over again. I mean, we're living in a time now where AI is getting to the point where Terminator feels like it could be a real possibility of happening at some point in the future. It's kind of scary, right? And no one really taking attention to the fact that Terminator didn't turn out so well for everyone. So maybe let's listen to Elon about what's going on with AI and put some countermeasures in place instead of just having it like the Wild West and then hoping that it all turns out all right. And I feel like the same thing would happen if we get to the point where AI doesn't blow us all into oblivion. Sorry for the pessimism. I just get so like wrapped up in it. But if we get to the point, I feel like, yeah, they're bringing woolly mammoths back, aren't they? And introducing them potentially into the wild. So, you know, some mad person's going to be like, oh, I figured out how to bring a T-Rex back and raptors and all these other huge scary dinosaurs. Let's just go for it. Let's create a park. You saw that film Jurassic Park? Let's do that. And I'm just like, yeah, let's just leave things in the past. I feel like it'd be cool to see a dinosaur, but at the same time, like, no one wants T-Rexes coming back. Crocs can go months without eating. Yeah, so we're losing that battle. We're like, yeah, we can go maybe a week without eating, but we need water. Like, what's the longest you can go without water? Like 48 hours, I think. I never understand people who earnestly believe they'd win against wild predator, let alone something as big as a croc. People don't understand how heavy muscle these animals are. Yeah, like chimps and stuff like that are generally smaller in size than people. So much stronger, like just so much stronger than people. There's no way you're beating like most wild animals. We're pretty like vulnerable as a species, but I guess we're all right because we have like we're kind of good at building things and making things to protect ourselves. Because animals just can't do that. I think a croc can climb the tree like 7 foot plus. It's like the tree's not the best place. The croc's just like, yeah, I'm coming up. If you run around in zigzags and get dizzy, so I think you'd take on a croc and then I'll get a why am I out this far of the grass? I know what I would do. If we came across a wild croc, we'd just throw a Pokeball at it. It'd be fine. We just catch it. It would just be our new pet. And we just keep it in the Pokeball. Then we train it up until it evolved into whatever it evolves into. We have so many movies that tell us that's a horrible idea, and yet it's still happening because we tend to not learn from even real world mistakes, let alone fictional. Yeah, that's so true. Depressing. Better off not thinking about it, Andy, but James, so true. Pretty sure the Mythbusters debunked the zigzag thing for crocodiles. Did they? That's my worry. That would be the thing where it's like, it's all right. I'm getting chased by a croc. I know what to do. Just run in zigzags, and the croc's like not having any of it. It's just like, what are you doing? You're just making this like 10 times easier for me to catch you. We'll do it with the virus and the escape from the labs. Too soon. No, mate. 12 monkeys all over again. Whenever humans try to play God, it always ends up biting us in the ass. Yeah. No one learns. It's like, come on, guys. I think it's a rule of threes. 3 weeks without food, 3 days without water, 3 min without air on average for all of those. Without significant damage to the body systems. Never heard that before, James. That's a really good like way of knowing all of that sort of stuff. So the threes of rules. Threes. Jurassic Park is the next logical step. It feels like it, doesn't it? East Lanuba is an actual real life attraction we're all going to be buying tickets for in like 5 years to go and see T-Rex and a Diplodocus and not get eaten by raptors. It's yeah, I can't wait to buy my ticket to go to Jurassic World. I wonder if they would just call it that as well. They'd be like, yeah, Jurassic World, come over, visit. Kidabio, how are you doing? They could just choose to bring back the herbivore dinosaurs. See, that would be fine, wouldn't it? Yeah, that'd probably be good for the planet, right? Imagine being out just randomly and a massive Diplodocus just strolling through a field. Beast ball it, yeah. So anyways, I could talk for hours about animals. If I didn't study computer science, I absolutely would have studied biology and become an unemployed lab rat. Still be fun though. Animals are fascinating though. They are. There's just some very dangerous ones out there. And I guess like the big thing is animals aren't really bad. They're not dangerous. They just, you know, they have a hard life. And when a meal comes along, I guess, because meals don't just walk up generally, they're going to take full advantage of that. It's just more of our stupidity as humans that get us into these situations than anything other than that. Imagine how painful it was when Charizard, you blast fire at Ash. Surely in real life, you would just mangle call. Yeah, that would be it, really, wouldn't it? Get a Charizard mad. That would be it. Love the idea that I would just catch an alligator and Pokeball, name it Ali. Will never attack me. Yeah, I know, that's the thing, right? That's what we need. If these crazy people are going to do these things with like dinosaurs and that, we need an even crazier person to be like, okay, I've got an idea. I'm going to create Pokeballs in real life. But I wonder if they would work on humans. Imagine being able to catch a person in a Pokeball. You now belong to me and you're on my team. And you're like, throw out a Pokeball and it's like, go, Steve. And you've got your your lead member of your team, Steve or Dave. I would go to Jurassic World, truth be told. I'd probably go, But the whole time I'd be sketching out, I'd be like, yeah, something's gonna go seriously wrong here. We bring back the dinos and then we take over the world 2,000 years into the future. They decide to bring back humans and accidentally clone Jeff Goldblum, Jurassic Human Park strats. Jeff Goldblum. Just imagine a community of Jeff Goldblums walking around in like 2,000 years. Dinosaurs. Jeff Goldblum world. Brilliant. Could be worse. Could be worse. I think it's 3 mins without oxygen, 3 days without water, and 3 weeks without food. It's crazy when you think that, like, normally, like, I guess it's the average human, right? Because you've got those people that do, like, you know, can hold their breath for, like, way more than 3 minutes. Dominus Rex. You know they would do it as well, Lumpy. They wouldn't just stop. It wouldn't. I think that's the thing that kind of rings true about the new movies as well. When they're like genetically modifying these dinosaurs, you know they wouldn't just stop it like just the regular dinosaurs or the herbivores. They would just start, yeah, molding things together, and we'd end up with the Dominus Rex, and exactly what would happen in Jurassic World. 4,600 encounters in my full shiny hunt in Black 2 for my badge quest. So, Cross, what's your target at the minute? I hope you do see the shiny very soon. That'd be a marriage proposal. I choose you, then throw the ball, yeah. You are now my wife. Or husband. Have to keep it. You have to like one eye over your shoulder at all times, just in case anyone's like plotting to throw a Pokeball at you. Steve's move was super effective. I'm in Relic Castle, going for Sandile, Yanmask, or Sandshrew. Amazing. Low key hoping you get the Sandile, but good luck. I hope you get any of those. That's amazing. Great place to hunt as well. So Cross, I have a shiny Pignite, Levani, and Golbat right now. Very nice start to the team. Great options. Bunch of Velociraptors in lab coats, yeah. Holding their heads in their claws. What have we done? Just Jeff Goldblum's lined up along the side of the lab, just in these cages. Throwing Pokeballs at people. It's Bat Sauce, just Power World. Basically, yeah, like a real life Power World. I want ground type ideally because Elisa is next. Ah, that makes sense. The Sandile would be a really good one for that, yeah. How would you rather die? Getting eaten whole by a whale or little bits by piranhas? Definitely a whale. Definitely a whale. If I had to choose one, I mean, I'd prefer not to get eaten at all. But if I had to choose one, I think a whale probably be the best one. Just getting eaten whole. You'd probably end up suffocating. I imagine the piranha death would be pretty horrendous. Like, that would be... Because they eat bone as well, don't they? And like, there's a lot of you, so if there isn't a lot of them and they're working up from the legs up. Yeah. Nah, I don't want to think about it. That'd be horrible. People are going to hold their breath as long as time, but just slowly processing oxygen, but they shuts down 3 minutes after it run. Okay, so that's how they do it. They just are able to gradually use the oxygen, whereas like me breathing it in now is like done. Yeah, so no actual control of it. James, honestly, that's why I don't nickname Pokemon human names personally. So it's just about being my thing. Yeah, I'm a bit like, generally I never really nickname my Pokemon. In my normal playthroughs, I very rarely do. The odd occasion when I go to an event to play, I sometimes nickname my teams, but most of the time, not so much. You can live inside a whale. I've played Kingdom Hearts. That's very true, actually. Yeah, yeah. And Pinocchio. We've seen it. We've seen it for real. You go inside a whale in Xenoblade and in Zelda. It's kind of a whale, isn't it? Is it a whale in Zelda? I'm kind of like, or is it just a big squid thing? I'm trying to think. In Ocarina of Time. Rich, how are you doing, mate? Good to see you. I hope you're having a fantastic Tuesday, mate. I didn't get a stream notification. Bash on YouTube for a minute. What is YouTube doing? To be fair, I was pretty, I think it was only about 10-15 minutes, although the notification should have went live. It was about 10 minutes before I went live when I put up the stream, and then I was a little bit late as well because I'm having mad audio issues at the moment. Like, I can't get music to play through my Go XLR, and I think it's because it's done an update and like it's done something to the settings and I couldn't figure it out, and I was like panicking before the stream trying to click around to find out what it was, and I was like, I'm already late. I gotta just jump in and do it. I know, Rich. Yeah, no background music. It's a bit annoying. It's really annoying on my side, and I don't know how to fix it, and I don't know what's changed because nothing's really changed other than the update to Go XLR, and everything that I would normally do is working as it should, but just the music just isn't coming through, which is kind of really annoying. There's a big Jabba Jabu fish, the GBA series of Zelda. Ah, that's it, Jabba Jabu, yeah. The Jabu Jabu fish. So Soggy, how are we doing today? I hope you're well. Hopefully your luck is better than mine. Currently phased right now at 12,864 since the last shiny. So Soggy, I hope you manage to get the shiny very soon, mate. I really do. 12,000. That's crazy. It's a crazy amount. Crazy amount. Didn't even notice that the music wasn't playing. That's probably a good thing. But doorbell again. Doorbell again. Who's this time? Let me listen out to hear who it is. Oh, it's just a delivery. Okay, so that's fine. It's not someone else asking about can they buy our car. Could just have one of the game's audio's gone. We could do. Let's see if I can work this out how to do it, because that's the other thing about doing it. If I go into here, I wonder if I can do where would it be? Config. Let me figure out how I can get the music on. I should know how to do this. Just never really too sure with this 3DS capture software where the music would be. I've probably knocked it off at some point. I'm probably going to knock it on. It's going to be blasting through. All right. Let's see if I can do it here. This might be it. No, that's not it. Okay. I want to exit that. I need to exit out of this. There we go. Okay. Clicking wrong buttons now. I don't know where the music is in this. That's really frustrating. Okay. I have no idea without actually going into it. The other thing I could do is just do this. Can you hear this? I don't know if that's coming over. I don't feel like that's bleeding over into the microphone. Tell me if it is, because this could be a way I could just have the volume on. The volume, it's not gonna be the best audio. Kind of nice having the music on for a bit of a change though. It is a little bit, barely here. It's like max volume here as well. It's like blaring here. I gotta admit, it does, like, music doesn't seem like the most important thing in the stream, but like just for background music, it makes such a difference. No shinies again. Dulcet tones are the best replacement. Starchild Luke, you're too kind, mate. How you doing anyway, Luke? I hope you're well, my friend. Just sing for us, Rich. One way to clear the stream out very quickly. No need to play the music if you don't want to. I'll just turn it down when you can hear sparkles. That's true. When we get the sparkles, we could turn it up. I will try and figure it out for tomorrow's. I mean, I'm hoping I can figure out getting the music back for tomorrow's stream anyway, so we should have that. But it might be nice to just have the in-game audio for a change as well, because the Safari Zone tones aren't too bad. Good to hear, Luke. How things with you? Decent, mate. Decent. I'm pleased we've finally made a start in Safari Week as well. Osirus karaoke stream. We're no strangers to love. Nah, we're not gonna get there. But the thing is, the karaoke stream would normally be karaoke, would be lots of different people getting involved. So I feel like it would just be me, and that doesn't seem like a karaoke stream to me. I'd have to get like some of you to come on and then perform as well to make it a karaoke setting. That would only be fair. Dustin, after 307 eggs, got a shiny Bonsweet. 350 more to go. Very nice, mate. Congrats on the shiny Bonsweet. Great shiny as well, mate. That is awesome. I'm very happy. 350 more to go. Hopefully not that many and you get lucky with them. Is that how many Pokemon you've got left to go? Or you've got those eggs to hatch? Which Pokemon background music instantly takes you back in time the moment you hear it? Mine would be a Little Root Time thing. I think mine would be Route 2 in the original Pokemon games. I think it's Route 2, is it? It's the no that one. That would take me right back every time I hear it. Yeah. Always. It's one of my favorites. Get Bebum in here for a karaoke stream. What track would Bebum sing though? That's the question. I wonder what he would do. I tell you what, I heard it did when I was last casting. Those of you that know Jamie Boyd, I am gutted. I had the opportunity to go along to the karaoke when they were doing it, but I didn't. I opted to do something else with a few of the other casters. But Jamie Boyd is meant to be an absolute legend on the karaoke. So I'm like, next time we're at an event, I'll try and get some video footage of it. If we can find a karaoke place to go with Jamie Boyd. So I've heard he's a bit of a ledge. Got a very good voice, good singer. So I was totally surprised when I heard that. Not that like you make assumptions about people, but you know, I didn't think Jamie would be the one to I knew he played guitar, but I didn't know he would be a good singer. So I'm really wanting to get karaoke in with Jamie Boyd. Marcus, who else has High Fly stuck in their heads after the Becky versus Keegan crossover? Ashley, how are you doing, mate? I hope you're well and having a good day. Great to see you as always. I wish I can actually release Pokemon eggs released on hatching them. Yeah, that'd be a nice feature, wouldn't it? All of Gen 1. Nugget Bridge. Had a few boxes of Dunsparce to hatch. Olio. Very nice, mate. Viridian Forest, yes. Lavender Town as well is always one that kind of brings me back. Gen 5 had an amazing soundtrack. Gen 5 did have an amazing soundtrack. One of my favorite themes is the Alternate Cosmo theme, though. I think that from Ultra Sun and Moon. Just an absolute banger track. So good. Battle Gym theme from Fire Red Leaf Green is my fave. That is an absolute banger as well. Yeah, Marcus, always a good one. Jamie's a man of many talents. He is a man of many talents indeed. Hidden talent as well. So, you know what, Riley, as well, for picking 3 Pokemon, I think for my third, I'd pick Lickitung, you know, for the team, to add to the team. If we've got a shiny Lickitung, I'd probably pick the Lickitung. I love the jingle that plays when you have to follow someone, like when Orc brings you to his lab, yeah. What's that, the, do 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 do. I think it's that, isn't it? Bedlam sings Sweet Dreams by Marilyn Manson. Yeah. Can we make this happen? That's what we need to do. We need to have a shiny challenge again stream with Bebum. And the forfeit for Bebum if he loses is he has to do a karaoke version in full cosplay of, yeah, Sweet Dreams, Marilyn Manson cosplay. That's what we need to see. The Rocket Game Corner, Lumpy. My crux. I really love Aquatic City. Probably misspelled. No, I think, is it spelled wrong? I don't know. I knew what you meant anyway, so that's fine. They're in Hot Gold, maybe in Stockholm Syndrome. To like it due to the shiny Roma hunt and hearing it all the time. That's very true, yeah. You're like, I do like this. I love it. I don't like anything else. Cynthia Battle from Gen 4. Yes, has to be one up there. There's just too many. I always feel like it's one of the strongest things with Pokemon games is always the soundtracks are always just absolutely phenomenal in most of the games. Like even the Scarlet and Violet theme tunes are so good, right? There's a few of them I'm not like massively keen on, but the majority of them are just still all so good. I wonder if it's because it's the newest generation and then I'll have a bit more love for them as time goes on. Ultra Necrozma theme brought back so many memories. Yeah, it was like the one theme when I playing VGC at the time on those games. It would always be the one that I would just lock into. Always. Yeah. What's the best way to get materials for TMs in Scarlet and Violet? Finding the evolved versions of the Pokemon if possible and beating them because you get more materials per Pokemon. You can always use sandwiches like encounter power sandwiches and stuff like that to make those particular Pokemon spawn a little bit more prominent. Outbreaks as well is a decent way to get them. But the TM system in Scarlet and Violet, definitely not one of my favorite things. The material collecting, I like the idea of it to start with, but practically when you're coming to like build teams and do stuff all the time in those games, it's so inconvenient. So inconvenient. It's not the best system. I really just wish they went back to the older TM system. Once you found the TM, you got it forever, and then you can just keep on using it rather than them always running out. I have the first Gen 3 VGC tourney this weekend. Scissor, Rapidash, Lantern, and Crobat. Very cool, mate. That's awesome. Is it just like national decks or regional decks rules? Very cool, though. I could listen to the primal version of Kyogre Groudon theme on repeat forever. Yeah. Oh, that's so good. So good from Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire. Sorry, Scissor, Crobat, Hitmontop, Lantern, Rapidash, Espeon, the Orc Cup, 13 in the limited format and underused tier of OS and XD Battle Stadium. That's very cool, mate. Well, good luck in it. Actually, you'll have to let us know how the tournament goes. Very cool that there's some like retro tournaments that you're taking part in. I'd love stuff like that to be a real thing over here. Be amazing. I know we were talking about it earlier as well, but I think the Legends Arceus theme music as well would always have to be up there as some of my favorites. I can't remember the there's what the theme is, but it's up near where you encounter the Cleavor. in the Obsidian Field Land. Is it Obsidian Field Lands? I feel like I'm not. It's the Field Land area, the first one. And the where you get the cleaver around that area, there's that like theme that plays up around the woodland area. I don't know what it's called, but it's one of my favorite tracks. It starts very slow, very chill. It's cool when you're just gliding around. I just like flying around with Braviary and that music playing. Super chill. The Eterna Forest remix. Is that what it is? The Algar and Palkia fight in Legends Arceus was so good. Yeah. Those games are just like, it just makes you think like, how are they gonna like get up to those levels with ZA? It's super exciting for those games. Pokemon Ranger Jackson, how are you doing, my friend? I hope you're well and having a great Tuesday. Thanks so much for hopping in and joining the stream with us today. We are kicking off our Safari Week today and getting through the resets pretty well. So nothing has shined yet. And those of you that have joined were in 2 copies of Heart Gold, and we have the targets on the screen. So things like Smeagol, Girafarig, Manectric, and then the Meditite and the Larvitar and the other copy with the different areas that we're in the Safari zones. But I would not be picky. If we get anything shine today, it's going to be awesome, mate. Is it all going to be on like Game Boy Advance and the actual original consoles as well? Link cables. Or will you be playing on like Colosseum? Because I think you can play on Colosseum, right? Hall of Fame motif from Leon's theme is great too. That is a very good track, yeah. Sword and Shield had some absolute banger tracks in it. Not gonna lie, some of the tracks in Sword and Shield were amazing. Another nostalgia track would be the National Park theme from Gen 2. I'm trying to think of that. I can't think of it off the top of my head. I should have it in my head because I've just played through these recently. I like how you want to listen to every... Oh, I can't read that. The little heart on the screen's in the way. Is that every song and rank them? That would be very cool. Do a tier list of every Pokemon track. It'd be so hard to do though. I'd find it difficult. I feel like everything would just be like A tier. Soul Survivor, how are we doing today, my friend? Great to see you. I hope you're having a fantastic Tuesday yourself. I really appreciate you jumping into the stream with us. I'm doing all right, mate, and day's going pretty well so far. It's nice to be able to finally kick into Safari Week and get the hunt going, and we're making some good progress with the resets today. So very excited for the rest of the week, because tomorrow we're going to be able to do a much longer stream than I'm able to do today. So it'll be pretty much a full day tomorrow. So if we don't get much luck today, we'll be back tomorrow. We'll be doing a full day's stream. So it should be a good chunky 7-8 hour stream tomorrow, which would be, or maybe even a little bit more, which would be awesome to do. And then Thursday we'll continue that on as well. But yeah, nice to just make a start and get some progress with the shiny hunting in the Safari Zone. Hopefully we can, you know, we still got time today, so we might be able to get something pop up shiny. You never know when it's going to happen. The battle music for the Kyrian fight at the end of the Teal Mask was amazing. That is an absolute banger track, isn't it? So like some of the Scarlet and Violet music is so good. I don't know what theme it's from, but it's the da 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 da. Probably not. I'm probably butchering it. Yeah, I'm not gonna do it because I know I'm gonna butcher it. I've got it in my head. I'm trying to think what theme song in Scarlet and Violet it's from. I'm just making a fool of myself. That's a Team Star one. It is, yeah. Don't clip that and share that around. We'll just all ignore the fact that I just did that. I promise I'm not tone deaf, even though it would appear like that would be the case. But I'm just trying to get that. Yeah, Team Star. Team Star music's an absolute banger, and probably one of my favorites from Scarlet and Violet. Scarlet and Violet Paradise Protocol. Yeah, and that and the Era Zero theme as well is just insane. I think one of the best pieces of music, and I think how they just added that into the perfect setting as well for it. It's just like a marriage made in heaven, like between those two areas, Area Zero and the track, just all so good, especially with the story as well. Just perfectly matches. Yeah, Luke, reminds you of VGC. Yeah, it's a very like popular track that a lot of the VGs decide to put on in their games. I do like it. Some of the music choices when you're a caster and you're like, that's a questionable music choice for your game. Not judging, but it's not one of the bangers. I always feel like you want a banger track on when you're playing competitively, especially when you're on stream, right? You want something that's gonna like pump you up. I mean, some people might be like, I don't want the distraction, so. But I always prefer to have like the banger tracks on. Like, you know, I would have the Team Star music playing. I think I always had the Ultra Necrozma track playing, always, because it was just the one that like got me in the zone. Tone deaf or not, I knew exactly the tune you meant. You're too kind though. You're very, very kind. That little bit, you just must have the perfect ear, or on the same wavelength. So the old Coliseum formats, Journey Across America, DPPT, VGC, or 8 or 9 formats, even VGC. Yeah. Was VGC 9, 2009, was that on? What game was that on then? Was that on Ruby, Sapphire, Emerald? No, it wasn't. I want to say, no, what was it on? It must have been. Because it was played on Coliseum, I think. Was it? No, it wasn't. It wasn't played on that. I'm trying to think. Diamond, Pearl, Platinum, I think. Wasn't it? Yeah. Diamond, Pearl, Platinum, yeah. That was the Empoleon Toxicroak winning team. Battle Revolution, that's the one. I'm getting so mixed up with what everything was played on. The rendition in Scarlet and Violet is nice. Yeah, the rendition of it's super nice in Scarlet and Violet for that Suicune theme. They did a really good job with like, yeah, I think the nice throwbacks that they had in Scarlet and Violet as well, with some of the themes, the older themes at least, bringing them back and stuff like that. I even liked, was it when we get in the Ursaluna and we had like the Legends Arceus theme in that section of the game was very cool. Around the spreads for the team too, very nice. Yeah, a very cool team. I'm trying to think of the player that won it, their name. I follow them on X, but I'm not sure what their name is. But a very cool tournament nonetheless. Two very cool teams in the final, but that Toxicroak and the Empoleon was just so strong. No, quit. No Meditite. It would be amazing if we could get a shiny in the first 1,000 encounters. That would be one of the best starts, I think, to this that I could have ever hoped for. But it's a long shot, isn't it? It's a long shot. I didn't really do too much encountering in my playthrough, so I was kind of hoping by doing that, saving the luck for when we got to this point. Oh, thanks, Ashley. That's amazing. S9 vibe. No, mate. How are you doing? The background music is not... No, background music is not intentional. It's for the yeah, I should say it's intentional. To build the tension. To make it, like, eerie, you know? Like one of those, like, musicless films. Just silence. No, it's not, mate. My Go XLR had an update, like... last night or this morning, some point very recently, and it's changed something. So when I normally go in to like get the stream set up, and I didn't realize this before like literally gone live, so it was a bit of a mad rush and why we were late today, but for some reason the music won't play through like it normally does. So I don't know what has happened in the settings, which was really frustrating, because then I realized way too late where I was at the point where I didn't have time to actually go in and sort it out, which was kind of annoying. So no, not intentional. It's just going to be me and you and no music. But hopefully I'll get it fixed for tomorrow. I did try and turn on the in-game music, but you can barely hear it. And it's kind of distracting as well. Unless I do this. Can I turn my mic around enough? I see it's not really working there. So romantic. Yeah, I know, mate. That's the vibe. That's the vibe I was going for. Dim the lights. I hope you're doing all right though, mate. I don't own any official games, so forgive me if this is stupid, but if you get a shiny giraffe rig here, would you theoretically be able to transfer it to Scarlet and Violet and get a shiny Farigiraf? Yes, that is exactly what we can do through Pokemon Bank and transfer it up to Pokemon Home. So that would be the idea. It's kind of why I've chosen some of the targets that we've got, because Manectric I'm going to be able to trade up to Home, and we'll have hopefully Mega Manectric in Pokemon ZA. Meditite is another one as well for Mega Medicham. Larvitar, we'll be able to transfer that into Scarlet and Violet. Same with the Giraffe Rig and the Smeagol as well. So they're all kind of, that was the idea around them. And the Farigiraf, if we can get it in these games, I can probably use it in competitive as well. In Scarlet and Violet next season, out of the new season when it begins. So one of the other reasons why that and the Smeagol are some of the targets there. Do you use for capture card? I've got so the capture cards are actually built into the 3DS systems. So you've got like capture software that you would run alongside them, and then these just USB plug into the PC, and then you can capture from there. I wanted to do like 4 systems and get the GameCube alongside this with the GB operator, so I could do like 4 screens at once. But the GB operator just made everything else really laggy and performed super bad, so I was a bit hesitant to do that. And I guess this is a bit more manageable just with the 2 systems, so yeah. Noise cancelling makes the music only come through when you're talking. Yeah, that's the problem. There's no music there otherwise, so I'm in that hard place. Double Rattatas. Shiny Mega Manectric. Go crazy, yeah. It'd be so good, wouldn't it, to have? I love Mega Manectric as well. Such a cool Pokemon. So it'd be nice to see that hopefully return in Pokemon ZA. Thinking about streaming at some point and trying to figure out what I need. You can buy the capture cards. There's actually a new capture card that you can get to fit yourself. I don't know if they offer the service about installing it for you. I'd probably say that's the best bet, where you can send your 3DS off to a person that would fit them, and then they'll fit the board and then send you it back once it's been done. But you can buy the boards and all the components and stuff that you would need to fit it yourself. It just depends how comfortable you are with. I don't think there'll be much soldering, but just taking apart your 3DS, and I think there'll be a bit of cutting the case. So you've got the USB. It's a USB-C port now that you get with the upgraded models for the capture cards and the 3DSs, which is very cool. It's better than what I've got, because I think the mini USB-C boards that you can get now for the 3DS actually charge as well as taking the signal out. So whereas I don't have that luxury, I've kind of got to keep a charging cable in them at the same time as capturing the software. So it's a little bit more annoying, but the new ones are really good. Yeah. Crimson, how are you doing? Good to be back, my friend, as well. What are we hunting this time? Well, we're in Safari Zone for Safari Week. We haven't really got anything like specific, so we've got some targets that we'll be going after, but which are all on the overlay. There's Smeagol, Giraffe Rig, Manectric in this side, and then in this game Larvitar and Meditite, but I'm going to be happy if we get anything, to be honest, as well. So Sam recently played Osirus, and Manectric was so good. Yeah, it's such a great Pokemon. It really is. Are you using OBS or Streamlabs, Lee? You can make a new media capture and set it to YouTube video playing in your desktop. So I'm using OBS to play. Yeah, even when I do that, Riley, though, it's the problem with the actual software of the GB operator software. So everything runs smoothly so I can have the two 3DSs running, the GameCube running, all at the same time, and they run flawlessly. But as soon as I open the GB operator software, the 3DSs, like the GameCube still runs smoothly, but the 3DSs, for some reason, just go so choppy. So it's like, you could get away with it, but it wouldn't be the best thing to be watching where it's just skipping frames so constantly. Oh, you meant for the music? I could do with there. I don't know what I've done if my settings have changed now. Let me see if I can go. So that's there. Let's see if I can just audio input, audio output. Let's see if this works. Audio output capture. See if it captures the desktop audio. See if this works. Where are we looking? Where are you? Where is it? Huh. It's literally not coming up on my... Let's go to this. Let's use that. Maybe that will work. I don't think that's working though. No, that's not working. Okay. We don't have like a huge amount of time left for this stream today. I will figure it out for the next one. I'm just sorry that we don't have any music today for the stream. It's not been the same without it. I do miss it and having the headphones on. Listen along with you. By the way, do you plan on casting Worlds this year too? Oh, I would love to cast Worlds, but unfortunately it's not up to me. It's up to the it's up to Mr. Pikachu and everyone over at Pikachu Towers whether they decide if they would like me to cast Worlds or not. I would love to, but you know, the team's big. There's a lot of talent on the team, so who knows who's going to be casting this year. But if I'm not, I have said, because we've had the question asked, if I'm not, I will do a watch along party with the whole World Championship stream. So we'll stream the whole weekend and we'll do the whole event, which will be a lot of fun. So either way, we'll be winning with that one. And I just can't wait, because I think the teams this year and the players this year are going to be, it's going to be a very good World Championships, I feel. So yeah, really looking forward to it and seeing who comes up on top and what teams and what things are come out to surprise us, you know. Worlds 2022 with you and Lou was etched in my memory. The visuals of the game only made it more memorable. Thank you so much. And that's probably one of the peak times I've casted. You know, that's a very, very, like, I think that Worlds final with me and Lou is going to be very hard to top if it ever does, you know. I think because it was in London, because me and Lou had worked pretty hard, like, you know, up to that point to get to the point where we could do Worlds, and casting the finals for Worlds as well, and then Edo winning. It was just, there was a lot of like really nice things about that, you know. So I really appreciate that. Be nice if I could I'll get one more Worlds final with Lou. It would be good, wouldn't it? Get one of those in. It's Lou's great to work with though, just so easy to work with. But they've separated us a little bit this year, like naughty kids at school. I don't know why. I haven't had many opportunities. And the one opportunity you do get in Stockholm, I lose my voice for half of the weekend. So yeah, typical, isn't it? But hopefully next season we'll get to do a few more casts together. Pikachu Towers, yeah. I'd much prefer to have you casting for sure. Your knowledge of the game and meta shine through. Sometimes you can tell that our casters who don't play the format and that their intuition is way off. Yeah, and I guess like sometimes like when you are at that stage, it's learning the game and things like that. It is a lot easier, I think, because I've played for such a long time as well. So, but I appreciate that, Riley. Thank you, mate. That is very kind of you. But I'm looking forward to next season. I think I want to play. I'm going to try and go to locals because I think that's going to be a good way for me to rack up points for events if I'm not asked to cast. If I'm asked to cast events, then I can't play those events. So I have to be picky and choosy about what events I can get to. But I would like to go for my Worlds invite next year and take it a bit more seriously than I did this year. I mean, it was hard for me this year because I was just casting so much, so I didn't really have an opportunity to do that. But I would like to play an IC as well. So I think next year I'm going to really dive into it. And especially with doing the channel over the summer and stuff like that, I think it should be, yeah, exciting to do some more competitive play because I haven't really played that much at all in the last couple of years. Seriously, anyway. So I would like to jump in and try my hand at it again. And see how bad I do. I might do all right. Come on, shinies. Come and show us your shine. Larvitar. I would not believe if we got the Larvitar, to be honest. I don't think it's one of the more difficult ones to get in the Safari Zone. The Metang is definitely one of those. But I don't know if we're going to be able to go for that. Because you need like 70... No. I think you need 30 days to get the Metang. And 28 peak objects in this zone. And then I think that allows you to encounter Metang. Beldum is more. I think Beldum's like 70 days those objects need to be in the Safari Zone. I guess if I unlock all the objects this time around in these two copies, then I can put everything in the Safari Zones that I would need. So next year when it comes around, we'll just have access to everything because that many days should have passed. Shiny Hitmonlee in Gorgeous, sitting at home. Nice. Shiny Hitmonlee. Very nice shiny. I played a lot of Go when I was away in Frankfurt. It was great, actually. There was lots of stuff. I guess when you're in a city, so it was nice to play some Pokemon Go. Didn't get any shinies when I was out there, though, but had a lot of fun picking some odd things up out there. Lumpy, all of my Safari experiences from Yellow and Blue. Yes, mate. Torturous Safari Zones. There's a part of me that would love, like, wants to go into send gifts late. I will, mate. I will do that. I know I say this every stream. I will do it. I will make sure to go in. I'll walk along when I'm on my way to get Thea, and I will make sure to send gifts on my en route. I will do it. I promise. And if I don't, you can scream at me tomorrow. But yeah, Lumpy, I want to jump into Leaf Green, I think, at some point this week, just to experience that old nostalgic Safari Zone from those original games. I know, Fire Red, Leaf Green, not the original, but Rich, don't start as well, mate. I'm pretty pleased today. What were we looking at? We've not been able to do, like, we're going to be up to about 3 hours today, which is pretty decent. Like, that we've got 1,000 resets done, which is not bad going for our first day and for a pretty short stream as well. So tomorrow we should be able to make some mad progress, I think, with this, which is very exciting. Not 100% sure how, but there's some kind of plugin you can use the GB operator to tell when a Gen 1 Pokemon is shiny when transferred to Gen 2. And you can Safari Week in red, blue, and yellow. No way, Riley. That would be absolutely amazing, wouldn't it? You will get yelled at. Lumpy knows the situation. No, I'm gonna do it now because I don't like, I want, no, I will do it. I will do it. I promise. Promise is a promise. Well, I'm pretty sure it has something to do with the stats. Yeah, it's the DVs, isn't it? They have to be certain, I can't remember, even or odd combination, isn't it? They have to be a certain combination, but that plugin sounds wild. That's how we should end the week. That is how we should end the week. Get the plugin for the GB operator, and then we can shiny hunt in Pokemon Red. I've got it up there, the actual cartridge. We can do that. That would be absolutely amazing to do that. Yeah. It's decided. We have to do it now. Now that is a thing. I just need to find out what the plugin is. I'm pretty sure it shouldn't be too hard to find out. Does it make the Pokemon shiny then? All right, so the plugin that makes the screen flash for you when the mon shows up shiny. Wow, that's so cool. So shiny hunting for the first time ever in the original OG red, blue, and yellow games. That's very cool. That is so cool. Such a cool plugin. Yeah, let's end the week with that. Shiny hunting in the original Safari Zone in Red, Pokemon Red. I saw a fella get a shiny Execute in Red, and then he popped it over to Gold, and boom, shiny. Wow. That's very cool. So yeah, it would never show up in Red in the actual games, but yeah, that's easy enough to transfer over to Pokemon Gold. Yeah, very cool. We're going to do it. Okay, let's end the week off like that. Whatever happens in these other games, we'll try and touch Emerald, Fire Red, Leaf Green, of course, but we'll end the week whatever happens. Shinies or no shinies, we'll do it in Pokemon Red, Blue, and Yellow. Do it. I bought AA batteries yesterday for my GBC. Nice, mate. Very nice. Game Boy Color. One of the best consoles I think there's ever been. You can always rip the save and put it on the 3DS Virtual Console and send up to bank. Can you do that? Can you do that? I didn't know you could do that. That is, I guess, because it would be the same save file, right? You could do that, yeah. So we could even, yeah. Okay, well, okay, it's done. Do you have an original gen card you could use with the operator? Yes, yeah. Right here. It's actually right here, plugged in, already waiting to my Game Boy. So there it is, the Ridge. We're gonna do it. We're gonna do it to end the week. I've got yellow as well, but I feel like it would probably be better doing it with Pokemon Red. It just feels like that's the game to do it on, right? Thank you so much for sharing this, Riley. I really appreciate it. I wouldn't have known otherwise. Would have been months down the line and I would have been like, I wish we knew about for Safari Week. You should stream battles from battle facilities on PWT sometime. I'm addicted. That would be a lot of fun to do. Yeah, I would love to. At 473 wins right now. I'll try to stop with 500. That is some record. Congrats on getting, yeah. Good luck on the run to the 500. Not far off. No shiny just yet with this Meagle. I was going to put Chingling down there as one of like the kind of shiny targets, but Chingling's shiny compared to Chimecho is just nowhere near as nice. Chimecho's shiny is just so nice, but Chingling not so good. So I was like, man, there's better ones. The Manectric, I feel in these games is just such a nice shiny. Lickitung. I mean, Lickitung would be a nice shiny to get as well, to be honest. I shouldn't have much downtime where there's no speaking. It feels eerily quiet without any music going on. Not even in-game music. Shinx would have been one I could have put on, I think, because Shinx would have been a nice one to have as well. Eradicate, Rattata. Because there's a way in Heart Gold, Soul Silver, if you've got an older DS, I think the original Fat DS or the DS Lite, I think there's a way for you to manipulate the clock so you can upgrade your blocks by setting your clock to like 23:59 and then booting into the game and then waiting until like 1 minute past the hour and then saving and then repeating. And that kind of clocks as a day has passed in the game, so it counts for those later encounters and stuff like that. But it doesn't work on 3DS systems, so I'm a bit stuck to do it to get any of those rarer spawns, which is a little bit frustrating, but it is what it is. Dracuno, how are we doing today? I hope you're well and having a great Tuesday. Thanks for hopping in and joining the stream with us. Kicking off Safari Week and nearly up to 1,000 encounters already in this shorter stream today, but it's been a very enjoyable one. Nice being able to catch up with everyone as well after last week being away at the latter half of the week at the England game for the Euros. I think what I'm looking to most on the channel is the eventual Colosseum Shiny Hunt. We'll get to watch you play through the game and then a Shadow Shiny and then Master Ribbon it. We got to do that over the summer, I think. I think if Riley, that would be probably quite a good one to do with the imminent bank closure coming at some point. I think that's probably better to do sooner rather than later, so we could Ribbon Master whatever we get for the Shiny. But that would be a lot of fun to do. I think get the Heart Gold, Soul Silver done out the way and then we could maybe do that one. Yeah. Don't know what I would do though. I don't know which Pokemon I would go after to Ribbon Master. Sarah S, how are you doing? I hope you're well and thanks for joining the stream. Got my first ever Shiny. Amazing to hear. Congratulations. What was it? Love to hear, but congrats on your first ever Shiny. Always a memorable one. I don't know if you have the items unlocked, but it's possible to repel a trick Larvitar with 7 peak item places. Yeah, Game Boy, I don't have the peak objects yet. So I'm waiting on one more call, which will unlock the peak objects, because they're the last ones I think you get, right? I've got the forest objects, but not the peak ones, which is so frustrating. It's so frustrating. I was hoping I'd have time this morning, because I just played through these over the weekend. These were like new save files Thursday last week. In the hope of getting them ready for Safari Week this week, and I just didn't have time. I'd left them on this morning running, hoping that the time would pass for me to be able to get the blocks that I needed, but I only managed to get the forest ones, and I was kind of hoping to get the peak ones, because yeah, we could do it with the Larvitar and then get like the level 42, level 43 Larvitar guaranteed every time. So there we go. Should we leave it at a clean 1,000 or should we go for a few more? I think we'll go for a few more. We'll go for a few more. May as well. It's a clean, nice number, but we don't just need to leave it like that. The Pokemon box Surfing Pichu, is it guaranteed to be in every future game? That's very true, yeah. It probably is going to be in every game just because it's Pikachu, right? Baneri was the shiny. Sarah, that's an amazing first shiny. I love shiny Baneri. You're going to evolve it into Lopunny. Great shiny, but congrats on that one. That's a nice first shiny to ever get as well. Does anyone know if it would take the same charger as my 2DS XL? 3DS. Yes, it would. Yeah, Lumpy, they should be the same exact charger port. Pretty sure. Looks like it's the same, but it looks like, I'll tell you, I've got a 2DS up here. I've got a 2DS. I feel like it's the same. Wait there. Give me like 1 second. No, it's the exact same. It's the exact same. 3DS and 2DS XL. Exactly the same. Yeah. Do you have the Pokemon that's been with you for a long time already? Is it in your Pokemon home right now? Is that, do you mean my first ever shiny Pokemon? Pow Pow. It's still in my copy of Pearl. I need to trade it up to Pokemon Home. I don't know whether I keep it in Pearl though. That's the other thing. Like, do I just keep it in that original game or do I trade it up? I should trade it up, really. I think then I can trade it in. Like, Fearo's not the most glamorous of Pokemon though to be your first one, but you never know in the future. Fearow might get like a Mega Evolution or something else that might make it a little bit better than what it is now, you know? Signature Pokemon in Pokemon Sword and Shield is Pheromosa. Very nice Pokemon. Very cool Pokemon as well. I do like Pheromosa. I think my favorite Ultra Beast's got to be Cortana though. That's I just love Cortana so much. And it's a very subtle shiny, but I do like the shiny as well. Would the battery die in Pearl? I don't think it would it? I don't think there is a battery in Pearl, is there? Yeah, Pokemon Pearl. But I should trade it up nonetheless, Rich. Would make more sense too. The Ultra Forest where you'll find Cortana is scenic too. Yeah, it's very nice, isn't it? I've no idea, mate. Just wouldn't want you losing it. No. Me either, mate. It's probably worth just trading up before time runs out. Could you imagine if we had like the Ultra Beasts in Pokemon Scarlet and Violet? They would just be, they would be running absolute riot in competitive, I swear, with that Beast Boost ability and Terrestrialization. Imagine being able to Terrestrialize something like Cortana. Just madness. Just go pure grass. Take away that 4 times weakness to fire. Like the double grass stab. Scary. Scary. Ooh. Such a strong Pokemon. Celesteela. That's not even worth thinking about Celesteela. What that would be like with Terrestrialization or Stack Attacker. Gross. Slice and dice, yeah. Only games with batteries on mainline Gen 1, 2, and 3. Fire Red Leaf Green. Yeah. Because Fire Red Leaf Green have the flash, don't they? Yeah, so they don't need anything. Yeah, also the Treasure Room, they could go crazy. Yeah. Oh, could you imagine? Chen Pao, Cortana. It's probably why they didn't introduce the Ultra Beasts into these games, knowing that they would be, they'd run riot, and the Tapus as well. Terra Electric Ninja with Air Balloon. Yeah, exactly. Just running absolute chaos everywhere. I think the Tapus would have been fun though with the terrains, but I guess it's kind of nice to have a break from them as well. But there's a part of me that's like, it would have been kind of good to have in. Just want my buff mosquito. Yes, Buzzwole. Buzzwole with Terrestrialization as well. Pretty scary, to be honest. It would have been so strong. Chen Pao, Cortana, Chi-Yu, Celesteela. Maybe with Meteor Beam. Oh, Nihilego. Can you imagine Nihilego with Chi-Yu? Scary, scary. Like to think that big Pokemon think about game balance before adding the Pokemon. Yeah, I think most of the time they probably do make that decision. Then they add in, back in, realize it's a crapshoot. Yeah. Like with Urshifu in these games, should have probably just left Urshifu in Sword and Shield, really, and it would have been fine. I don't think anyone would have minded, to be honest. It's kind of like a legendary Pokemon, isn't it? So it would have been, yeah, it would have been all right for one generation. But I don't know why they just didn't see that Unseen Fist ability not being as broken as it is. It was never as broken in the Dynamax format, because Dynamax, it wasn't really as effective, right? Because you couldn't protect on a max move anyway. But in a format where protect is like way more important, it was always going to be like this. Yeah, this is very true, Soul Survivor. Chen Power Urshifu. So unbalanced. and then bringing in Incineroar and Rillaboom back into the fold. It's like we know how it's all going to end. Incineroar, Rillaboom, Urshifu on that world's winning team. Just be a different... There'll just be a different restricted there. Rewatch the Patrick versus Aurelian final from NAIC yesterday. What a great set of matches. Such a good set of matches, wasn't it? So good. That final was absolutely amazing. Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing like how both of those trainers get on at Worlds this year, you know. I think I feel so bad for Aurelian. Does so well in all these big major events and just right at the finish line, never quite able to do it. Time will come though. Aurelian will get that big win, and when it comes it'll be a big moment, you know. It'll be nice. I was so satisfied when my Whimsicott demolished an Urshifu in singles. Didn't even expect it was running chlorophyll. Nice, that is awesome. Yeah, the chlorophyll Whimsicott, I like it a lot. Right, what are we going to do? We're going to take this up to 1070. Is that a good place to end today? Probably got time to do that. Aurelian is a machine. If anyone has grinded hard of winning, it's him. He's my top 3 to win worlds. Wow, that's a big claim. Big claim. But nice having the confidence in Aurelian to be able to go on and do it. I mean, it would be a poetic tale, wouldn't it, where you come close so many times this season in finals, and then you go on to the biggest event of the year, and that's the one that you make the step. When it's the World Championships, it will be, I think, around the 11th, 12th of August. So it's that second week in August and over that weekend. So it will be Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Yeah, so gonna be very exciting. But I think it's around that day. Let me just check, because I'll be able to give you an exact weekend. Looking at the calendar. So yeah, so I think it's the 16th, 17th, 18th of August. So yeah, that's when it will be. In terms of play this year, I have Aurelian, Wolf, and Riley as my top picks. Not me, Factora. Yeah, Riley Factora, yeah. Someone that's not played too many events in the latter stages of the season, but didn't really need to. Riley's a phenomenal player though. Yeah. My 3 this season. I don't know who I'd pick, to be honest. I'd have to think about it. Who stood out to me this year? Having an event before the World Championships? No, there's no official sanctioned events before the World Championships now. So all the live stream events have finished for this year. I think locals are starting for next season's qualification on the 1st of July. So they'll be starting very soon. Yeah. Mr. Holbrookie, 16th to the 18th of August. Yes, mate. You know the dates. Once you get chills when Terrad the Grimmsnarl along with the cast and call of it. Yeah, I know, right? That moment was just amazing. It was a very, very good match. It's a very good final. It's not, you don't always get a good final at these big events, because sometimes the matchups can be like very one-sided. Players have had time to prep for them, so it's all very staged, you know. Not staged so much, but you know what I mean. But no, that lived up to expectation. Speaking of Aurelian, I feel like Terapagos is so important while also being balanced. Probably the most balanced restricted we've had in like 4 generations. Yeah, I really like Terapagos. I do think Terapagos probably win the World Championships. Professor Oak, you got my back, my friend. Always. I appreciate that, mate. You're too kind. Lee G-Man, how are you doing? We got Heracross. Feel like I have missed a stream. No Heracross yet. We're taking a break from those hunts, and we are going and just doing Safari Week this week. So we're in Safari Zones all week. Today we're in Hot Gold Soul Silver. We'll be back with the Heracross and the Deoxys hunts next week though. I threw 150 nest balls on a shiny Registeel and Emerald and failed it. Oh, shiny honey one. That makes me so sad. I'm so sorry to hear that. There is just no words. Are you going to be going to reclaim it? If you are, I really hope you get it back very, very soon. I feel like the karma deserves it. That's so frustrating. So frustrating. I have to be biased as one of my friends is competing there. The winner of Liverpool Regionals, Antonio. So I'm rooting for him. Antonio is an amazing player. Yeah. He's yeah, I mean, I cast Liverpool. It was an amazing event. Antonio's just, yeah, could win it very well. Could do very well. I don't know about winning Worlds. I don't know, you know. I don't want to say like no one can't win Worlds, but I just think there's a definite class difference between like players that win a regional, win an internet, and then win a Worlds. It's like different levels, I always feel, between, you know, the players that are capable of winning that. And then some players, I think, are at their stage of their journey where they're not quite made that step up to the World Championship table yet, you know. But who knows? Could be their year where they do make it. Like Bologna, tough RNG. Yeah, Bologna final was a bit rough. Yeah. Really like the single restricted format. There isn't one team to beat. Like almost every restricted is good, built around with, and also hugely influenced by Terra. Yeah, Terra. I really like singles. Like I started like my competitive play with singles play, but competitive Pokemon, the circuit went into doubles, so that's why I kind of ended up going into doubles. Glimmer and Life Stage, how are we doing today? I hope you're well and having a great day. Really wish Terra would exist alongside Megas in the next generation, but I doubt it will. Might be OP. Might be OP. I feel like you'd be able to Mega something, but you wouldn't be able to Terastallization and Mega Pokemon, if you know what I mean. I think it would work a little bit like that. Potentially. If this week goes well, Heracross might be retired for the hunt until Colosseum. Maybe. Potentially. If the hunts go well this week, yes. Shiny Honey 1. I really hope you have very little number of resets to get that reclaim. I really do. You feel like you deserve it. Like, I'm talking about like 20, 30 resets and you got it back and get that back. Really am hoping and sending all the shiny luck your way for that one. And some better luck catching the Registeel next time around. No shinies there. Rad Dad, how are we doing, mate? Great to see you as always. Hope you are having a fantastic day, mate. Good to see you as well. Can finally reveal my presence. I've been here, just lurking, like with the new dog all morning. New dog, nice. That's awesome, mate. Kind of dog is it? It's very exciting though. Catch you later, LA. Best of luck with the hunt. Soul Survivor, thank you so much, my friend. Have a great rest of your day, and thanks for coming by the stream. So Holberg, you remember I told you a couple of weeks ago I caught a Tornadus for a friend playing NAIC. Well, it was him. Ah, really? He needed a Tornadus, so I caught one of my Ultra Sun. Didn't use it, but well, that's very cool, mate. Antonio is such a nice guy as well. Very good player. I'd like to see him do well. At Worlds, he didn't do too bad at NAIC. I feel he got day 2, didn't he? Right. Let's take this up to 1,120. And then I do need to shoot off, friends, for today. But it has been an awesome stream. Done 3 hours and just over 1,000 encounters. So I'm hoping that we can get up to about that 4,000 mark tomorrow. Is that a bit ambitious? I don't know. It's sad that we haven't had a shiny yet, but it's kind of to be expected, right? But we've done a good number of resets today to get us off the mark in Safari Week. So we'll be back tomorrow. And then with only 2 consoles as well. And Raddad, purebred German Shepherd, very nice, mate. Black as night. We rescued him from a local shelter, 5 years old. We named him Grim. Great nickname as well, mate. That is very cute. Right. Last one of the day, friends. Can it be the shiny? Let's see. Nope. Nope. Just like that. Right. We will leave it there. And we'll come back to this tomorrow. But thank you so much for coming by the stream today, friends. It's been awesome hanging out. We'll be kicking off around the same sort of time tomorrow if you're about. We'll be continuing the hunt in the Safari Zone for these. And we will also... shiny anyone? All right, okay, I'm missing that. Yeah, we'll be carrying on with this. If we get a shiny in any one of these, we'll move on to one of the Gen 3 games. And hopefully... we'll see some shinies soon. But if you're doing your own shiny hunts in your own games, good luck with them. I hope you all have a lot of luck with them and hear about them all tomorrow. If you're doing Safari Week yourself as well, good luck with those. And just enjoy the rest of the day, friends. It's been awesome hanging out as always. I really appreciate you all coming out. Thank you so much for all the likes, comments, just hanging out and being just generally amazing people. So thank you so much once again, and I'll catch you all again tomorrow. Take it easy, friends. Till then, bye-bye.